You're getting drunk at the grocery store.
Well, they have like an actual thing. It's called Ideal Events. That's all they do.
Oh,
So I was doing that.
It's actually pretty good. Making $30 an hour.
It is $30 an
30
hour.
bucks an hour.
30
Wow.
bucks an
We
hour.
don't work very much. You know, but
You tell me that. That's awesome.
I'll take that job. I ain't had any appraisals for quite a while, so maybe I need to be handing out the wine samples.
that's perfect for you, man. Handing out samples of booze.
Well, as long as you don't drink the inventory, I suppose it's okay.
Would you like to try? Oh, we're all out. Whoops.
Yep. Oh, wow, we're fresh out. I drank it
Oh,
all.
wow. What?
What do you mean we're all out?
Wow, we're selling this stuff like crazy.
Boy, this stuff, the samples, they love it.
Hey, Roy.
Yeah.
Quick introduction to Brandon. Brandon Roy.
Hey, Roy.
His name's
Hey, how's it
Robbie,
going,
actually,
Brandon?
but we call him Roy.
I
And,
play Grey Mist, the frumpy half-orc wizard.
You can just call him asshole muscles.
yeah.
Just say, hey, asshole.
And Brandon plays Anon, who is a druid of the Circle of Stars.
Anon, what is this, 4chan?
Hey.
Let's see here.
Rose there? Rose?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
I don't know. I don't know who's on first, man.
You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Your can, boss.
Wow.
Got everything you're saying.
Everything you say here.
Every move you make, man.
Yep.
Every bond you break, we'll be watching you, listening to you.
Hey, motherfucker.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah,
Rose, you
just
ready?
a minute here.
All right. I'd like to hear. We got a slightly different angle here on the map. Should be a little bit of a better view for you than that. It's not perfect. It's not a top down, but anyway, looks better. Okay, so everybody's set here.
One quick thing, Lie. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming I sold those 2 arrows then, 500 a piece. Was that right?
Um,
No, I think we took those, didn't we?
wait, you. Oh yeah, you wanted to sell them to Chevra.
Yeah, right. Because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
gave the bolt
Yes,
to
that's correct. Yeah,
Ruatha.
yeah. Oh yeah, dude. That's
Okay.
correct.
I'll add it. I've been keeping track. I got a treasure ledger. Have you guys gotten any treasures since then you want me to put in the treasury ledger
No.
from last session? Nothing?
No, we didn't.
No,
Just that.
you did. Did you guys loot the bodies, the orc bodies here?
I did.
Yeah, we
Okay, so I already gave you the stuff they had. Okay, yeah, I remember that. Okay.
whole
All right.
freaking gory, bloody, murderous town, man.
So okay, so guys, a couple notes just before we begin. I sent out that journal. That'll be where I'll keep all the updates. So I'm gonna update that after every session. So that'll help, and it'll be cool. It's a cool kind of a repository of information. I'll also text out the lore cards after each session. Okay, so let's begin now. One thing I want to say before we start too is you guys got to remember that you are sort of like detectives too on this mission, because you don't have any information about where you're going, and nor do the sages, because this is an incredibly remote area. There's very little population, especially as you continue to head north, and this is what the sages of Makua told you. And you guys got to gather information about the area, about where you're going, as much as you possibly can. And that's really kind of a big part of the current goings on in your campaign. And all right, so the village, the fire has died down now. It's really smoldering. The buildings, Ruatha had doused one of the buildings with water. The smoke is still kind of rising in the air. There's only a couple of villagers who you spoke with already.
I'm sorry, Mike. Could you give me a quick verbal recap of what happened? I mean, I've got the journal up,
Okay.
but I mean, I don't really have any idea what happened.
So in the 4-day journey north, the party came upon a very small copper mining village surrounded by the foothills of the mountains. And at some distance, they noticed fire. They entered the village and saw that it had been totally attacked and raided. Their bodies all over the village square. There are about 17 bodies in the square alone. 2 or 3 structures at the entrance have been burned to the ground. The party entered an inn where they heard noise, and an Etten came. Ruatha ran around the back and of the burning structure and encountered an Etten that came running out from behind the inn. They entered. They attacked and killed the Etten. The party then entered the inn where there were some innocent victims being roughed up by these forest orcs, which are really these very primitive-looking savage orcs that wield warhammers and spears, and they were basically just in there, just fucking around and assaulting the dwarves and the other people who were in the inn, and they basically raided this entire village and killed most everyone that they could see. The party got information from one orc that the orcs are at war with hobgoblins, and there is one child gnome that was in the tent camp that the party found. There are a couple of villagers left, and the party had said that they can't take the child gnome to protect her, and they gave the gnome to 2 dwarves. And right now, there's smoke lingering through the village. It's raining. There was a thunderstorm, and the party defeated the raiders. It was basically this orc tribe with their enslaved Etten. And right now, there's a few horses. Your horses are here, of course. There's a few other horses, and there's nobody around. And there's just corpses laying all around. You were also told that Renjin Hardhand, a dwarf, was the lord of the village, and the party was unable to locate him. And now you're all just standing in the square, and the rain has started to come down a little lighter now, and the storm is starting to pass over. And you see no one other than just dead bodies and smoke.
Okay.
And the village has already kind of been thoroughly checked by the party, so there's really nothing left here.
I think we decided we were going to try and leave. However, Reynard would try and like to see if he can bury some of these bodies.
You want to bury the bodies?
Yes.
Okay, so there's 17 corpses in the village square.
I ask. I think they deserve better than burning.
Okay, so I'm going to say if you bury them, it's going to take 5 hours.
I will ask anybody in the party, Gregor, Anon, Gramus, anybody who's willing, that I wish to bury the bodies to give them some sort of peace.
I'm not into it. Offer help.
I'll help. But I'm not very strong.
It's okay. Just gotta.
Just give me a very small shovel. Give me a sharp stick.
I asked Gregor if he wants to help too.
One thing that maybe could potentially have been overlooked is this little gnome child. Is she still with us? Or?
Not at the moment. You said to the dwarves, were they gnomes or dwarves? I can't remember. I'm sorry, but I think it were dwarves. That you couldn't care for her, and they kind of just looked at you like, "What do you want us to do?" And they kind of walked away together. So they all walked in this direction, and there are other basically like shanty shacks and stuff where some of these people live. But then some of the people they come into the village from another area, and it's just a remote farming village. But that they went off in that direction, so there's nobody around at the moment.
Okay. I think. Well, my only thought is maybe she knows something. Maybe
You
she's, you know, she knows something maybe about where this, what's his name, Region?
Renjin Hart.
Renjin?
Renjin.
Were there other gnomes in the village?
There were a lot. Most of them are dead.
Yeah. But it was like a mix of dwarves and gnomes.
Yeah, and a couple of humans.
Well, that's what Reynard would do. He sees this and he wants to give them some sort of peace.
No, I will help. But I guess I also would, just came into my head all of a sudden, maybe
So
ask her if she's, maybe
so-
there's something she saw or, you know, because we never, I don't think we really questioned or asked her any questions.
Well, she was a little child. We expected she didn't know anything, but we can ask her.
So that's kind of my thought.
I mean, we can do that.
so
No,
what? So
I
why don't
agree.
you? Why don't some of you guys start the body burying, and
I will.
maybe if Gregor wants to go walk to the edge so you can see if you can still see them in the distance, you probably can.
Or were they leaving?
Yeah, they were just walking off out of the village.
So do I yell out? I can't remember. Do we know their names or?
No, they didn't give you their names. They were just talking with you briefly.
So I just yell out. I go, wait 1 second.
So you have to kind of run to the. You kind of have to run over to the.
The one all the way to the right. No, the left.
It's in
Sorry.
the armor there.
Okay, so you're
I
gonna
should
walk
like a
over.
mini for him too, like a flirt.
And when you run over there, you're yelling out, "Hold it there, wait!" And you see Philabelle walking towards you. She's alone,
Alone.
and she's walking towards you. And she kind of just walks up to you, and she looks up at you. She came back. She's and you can see way off in the distance the dwarves she left with. Now they're further
They
away.
just kept walking.
Help.
Well, they're like I said, they're not from the village. They don't live here. They're like farmers from another area. That's pretty cool. Well, they're devastated and they're frightened, and
Yeah.
they're trying to do is go back home, and they don't even know what they're going to do next because this village was their livelihood. So
I kind of look down at her. I call out, is Grey Mist with us at this point?
that's a good question.
Should we
Sorry, I didn't think that through, but
Should we say yes?
I mean, we'll just say that. Yeah, she's with
Well,
you.
within earshot. I mean, I can hustle over there.
So go ahead.
Well,
So-
you.
So you know, like we basically found this little goblin child or
No.
gnome child.
God.
Sorry. She was hidden under some blankets and stuff, and obviously pretty traumatized by this whole event that happened in this village.
Her parents were killed.
So I kind of look down at her, and I'm not very good with children.
Okay, well, I'll try to.
So I call out to Grey Mist. Grey Mist, a second, please.
All right, I swing over there and I look at the gnome child, and I kind of kneel down next to her, and
And the first, just before you continue, she as you're doing that, she looks at you and says in common, "Where should I go?" That's what she says to you.
I thought I'd look around. And it's like I thought you sent her off with a couple of dwarves. Where are they?
All right, what happened? Why did you not go with them?
They told me to go away. They told me to leave. I don't know where to go. She's kind of, she's still.
kind of grip my fist when I'm listening to this.
They couldn't. They felt like they didn't know her. They couldn't care for her. Their lives basically are devastated too, and they're pretty cold, man. They just said, "We can't care for you. Go shoot," and that's what they told her.
Sounds like you made. Sounds like you made a mistake letting protecting their butts. I'll take. Herbert is on my shoulder. I'll have Herbert sort of hop on the ground and go over to the gnome child to kind of try to cheer her up a little bit.
And she, you know, she's basically still in shock. She doesn't really know entirely what's going on. She did see her parents get killed in front of her own eyes, and she's just in shock. And she really has trouble speaking. She doesn't. She's very young, like she's a child.
Yeah,
So-
right. Herbert would just sort of hoot at her and go over and see if he can't get the gnome child to just sort of pet Herbert on the head or something like that. Maybe just get her a little back to reality. You know?
I say, you are in no danger anymore. Nothing will happen to you now. You are safe.
And she runs up to you and just hugs your leg.
Fucking
And
man,
she's-
so I kind
she-
of back away a little bit. I'm kind of like,
She's yeah. So you do that, and she kind of just looks more sad, and she looks confused, entirely confused.
We can't leave her here. I mean, you can't abandon.
I'm not good with this sort of thing, Gramus. This is something you can help with the child.
I mean, I will. I'll just kneel down and I say, you know, why don't you come with us? We'll find some place. You'll be safe with us, and we'll find some place safe for you to be.
And she just shakes her head, yes.
Okay, I'll pick her up. I'll put her in my arms, and I'll have Herbert, you know, fly up to my shoulder and sort of hoot at her and be a nice bird.
And she is about a foot tall, and you can put her anywhere very easy to carry. She probably weighs 15 pounds, 20 pounds.
That's fine. I say, would you like to ride in my backpack?
She doesn't say anything, but she shakes her head yes with
Okay.
hesitation. But she
So
does.
I'll move some stuff around, and I'll make her backpack comfortable.
Gotta go to the bathroom. Just don't.
Well, I didn't want to accidentally put her in my bag of holding. All right, don't worry. It's like days later. Oh shit! I
right.
forgot about the gnome child.
So-
Oh no, the smell.
Quickly, just try to not be too gruff, but I say, can you well enough to tell us what happened here?
She says, and she just puts her head down on Graydon's shoulder. She's in the backpack or wherever, and she says, she's so young that she's not articulate, but she says, giant creature came into the village with these green monsters, and they killed everybody. They hurt everyone. I ran into the tent. I don't know what happened after that.
You know who the leader of this town is? He would be a stout dwarf.
And she shakes her head yes.
Do you happen to know where you've seen him? Did he run off somewhere? Somewhere maybe
She
a
said
secret hiding place, maybe.
She said that she'd never seen him. She hasn't seen him.
Were your parents? Oh, well, you said that she saw her parents die.
They were killed.
I ask her. I'm like, do you have a name, sweetheart?
Phyla-Bell.
Phyla-Bell?
Phyla-Bell.
Phyla-Bell.
That's all.
Phyla-Bell is the gnome child.
See if she knew where the.
Okay, so let's
So meanwhile, I'm just kind of burying the bodies.
burying the bodies.
I'm giving very,
Um,
very small funeral rites, and then at the end, when we bury all the bodies, I ask everyone to kind of come around for a minute.
I'll just. I'm gonna walk with the child kind of away from the burying of bodies. I don't. She doesn't need to be seeing that.
okay. And Anand, what would you like to do?
I'll be helping out the bodies.
Helping out with the bodies. Okay. So you're burying the bodies. I think the thunderstorm has passed. The smoke is cleared. The bodies have been buried. You say you just buried them all in a row,
Yeah.
back by the trees.
And I give like a small funeral. I tell everyone to kind of come around, and I give a small funeral rite. Just kind of say, I know not where you will go, but I know where you will go will be good. I don't know what lives you did live, but I'm sure they were good lives. You were taken far too long before your time. You deserve more than this, but the least I can do is bury you along with your dead. May gods have mercy on you. I have some holy water I kind of sprinkle onto the graves.
Okay.
And I just say, I ask everyone for a moment of silence. And then after that, I say, I think we're ready to go.
Okay. Anything you'd like to do, Nan?
Non reaches down to the ground and the earth, and he just says, "As you return to the earth, may it accept you, and may it treat you better than those above the ground."
Okay. All right. Well, you have Phyla-Vell now. Is the plan to, then? I'm just curious. You plan to bring her to Mazarine?
I think that's probably what we're going to try and do.
Yeah, we'll take the child unless we find another known village like the one we saw a few sessions earlier.
So,
Although they'd probably are right in the river.
yes.
They are. So
So I think we're going to saddle up and head north.
Okay. So you saddle up and take one last look at this horrific sight that you encountered, and this
there was no loot on the bodies or anything like that.
not on the dead bodies. Although there is Roy, there is a battle axe, a flail, and a sword among the bodies.
Do any of them look?
Oh, and a longbow.
Can we gather them together? Do any of them look special? Like,
No.
Okay. I look around. It's like, do we really need to drag these with us? Does anybody care?
No. I think we should keep them here.
Okay. So right now in our treasury, we have 120 gold pieces and 2 sapphires that are 100 gold piece each. So
Okay.
when time comes to spend money, I'll go ahead and be treasurer for the campaign. So when time comes to spend money or whatever, we can divvy some stuff up if we need to.
Okay.
So we're going to head north.
All right. So you guys ride out of the village and continue north, and you're riding. It's I'm going to say so. This is actually kind of still midday, third day. It's in the middle of the day. You guys rode a course over last night, but it is now kind of day twilight, and you've been you're riding along the trail. It looks quite similar for a good stretch, but now you see that the landscape is turning somewhat marsh-like on the sides of the trail, and you see up ahead like marsh-like trees, and you start to see more birds, and it's just becoming a little bit more marshy. And as you travel along, I'll throw this up here. Give me a second.
I wish I knew how to predict the weather.
Actually, I might be able to do that.
I was just going to say, do we
wait,
have?
wait, really? That's amazing.
It's nothing more than a little cantrip.
Druids, nobody knew who they were or what they were doing.
The marsh. I hate marshes. It's going to be tough going through here with the horses.
What do you mean you can?
Who are you who can summon fire without flint to tend it?
I'll raise my hand up and cast Druidcraft cantrip, which creates a tiny, harmless sensory effect that predicts the weather, or what the weather will be in our location for the next 24 hours. And it basically manifests as a golden orb for clear skies, a cloud for rain, snowflakes for snow, and so on. So basically, like
There you
So-
go. Man,
so
we've got a meteorologist with us.
It
Excellent.
tells you the what the weather pattern is going to be over how long? Over the
for the
next
next 24 hours.
24 hours.
Where's the 10-day forecast?
Cool.
That is pretty cool.
So that is cool. Second.
You can only tell what
It-
it'll be like for the next 24
Yeah.
hours.
So basically, you do that, and you get a sense that it's going to be really just kind of muted gray skies with no other weather events,
I'll relay that
and
to everyone.
and slightly cool weather. It is the fall, but it's not cold. It's cool.
So, in terms of marsh, is there a road here, or is it mostly just mud?
There is a trail that heads all the way up north, but the trail only gets it gets to a point where it's only 15 to 20 feet wide,
And the
and it's
rest of it,
marsh,
and the rest of it's just marsh and mud.
marsh and mud, and exactly that's pretty much where you're at now.
So I kind of just
It's not a swamp; it's just marsh.
it's marshy. So I just tell everybody to be kind of looking out. You know, I don't know what creatures will be here. We don't want the horses getting into the mud, or else they'll get stuck. So I say we
Okay.
kind of going forward,
And
and I'll keep my eye out. So I don't know what you want to do. I'm gonna keep my eye out, just kind of scanning the roads,
okay.
see if I see anything. I don't know if you want me to roll anything.
You don't see anything.
Yeah. So I'll just keep an eye on the road.
All right. So as you ride on, and you ride through this kind of area that looks marshy, you come upon a collection of stones or boulders that are on the north side of the trail. And this is kind of what I'll just show you the whole map here. This is kind of what it looks like. You know, there's lots of dead trees, swampy trees. There's a little bit of swamp water along the sides of the trail. And when you come to this collection of boulders, you actually, hey, Karen. One second for me.
Aren't you cold with shorts down here? No, that's not for you.
Gotcha.
Not for you. You got it.
One second, guys.
He's gonna stay here till
All right, so you come to this collection of large boulders, and to your surprise, you see a dead body leaning up against one of the rocks, and it's just slumped over. His legs are straight out in front of him. It looks like he almost sat down there and died.
Can I?
And it is a male, and that's all. You're about maybe 20 feet away, and you just see it. It's just sitting there, and it looks dead. It looks like a dead body.
Can I do
leaned
it?
up against a rock?
Can I do a quick perception check just to kind of look around, make sure I don't see anything out of the ordinary?
Yeah, I'll let you do that from your last request. Yeah, go ahead.
Natural 20.
Really?
Wow. That's like 28.
I
just see if there's anything kind of strange or odd.
Oh, you're so because Reynard made that request and he rolled so high. He sees the dead body, and as you're surveying further a little bit down into the water, the marshy water, you see in the distance what appears to be two other floating dead bodies in the water. They're like, you can't even tell anything about them. They kind of look, you're not even sure they're bodies, but you think they are. They're about maybe 40 or 50 feet away in the water.
In the water.
The water around here is extremely shallow.
Okay, so I kind of look, I go, something happened here. Bernard kind of gets off his horse. I'll walk up to the dead body.
So there's a body on the side, and you say there are two floaters out there.
There's two floaters like about 50 feet on the trail into the marshy water.
Okay.
Reynard will walk up to the dead body.
I'll go with him.
I kind of look at it for a minute, and I'm going to roll a medicine check to see if I can figure out how the hell this guy died.
Oh, okay. Anybody else? Why don't we do? Yeah, we can do that, and then we'll roll some initiative. Just so, you want to see how he died?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that'll be a medicine.
Can I help him with that?
Yes, you can.
I rolled a 23.
You want to roll again? Or?
Sure, I'll roll again. I don't know if I'll do better than that. No, I rolled the exact same.
That's nice.
So 23. I'm just figuring out to see if I can figure out how this guy died.
Okay. So the first thing that you notice is it's a half elf, and it's dressed with robes on. Its upper body doesn't have much on at all. This is a very kind of a temperate. This is just Winsland is just north of Vudos, which is tropical. So this is kind of like almost like South Carolina kind of weather,
Subtropical. Okay.
Savannah like or whatever. And you see light blue tattoos cover his arms and chest. And you see many gash wounds on his body.
Gashes.
It's just gashes, huge hack to his chest.
Does it look like any like bite marks or claw
Nope.
marks?
Look
No
like
bite-
weapon marks.
weapon marks. Okay.
And that's what you're seeing right now. What else are you doing?
I look at those blue symbols really quickly, and I try to think do they look familiar to me or not at all?
Give me a history check.
15.
You believe you believe that it is potentially Gloomcreed,
Gloom Creed.
who again are
I look
basically the majority percentage of
Does
people.
he have
in
like
this world.
darker skin?
No, he actually has quite light skin. He's a half elf.
So I kind of look at
Very
it.
fair skin.
Kind of look at it.
Looks he's kind of elderly. He's not
I look.
real old, but
Kind of looked at it. Up to Anon, I go. I don't know what happened, but there are scar marks in here, and they are not from beasts.
I think there's more.
Well, there are 2 dead bodies out there, but I'm a little afraid to go into the water.
Yeah, did this seem like it just recently happened? The body still pretty warm.
Anon, yeah, give me a I guess a nature check. I'm not sure. Or no, give me survival.
Okay. So, 23.
Yeah. So you believe that this wizard died about a day ago, roughly 1 or so days ago.
Okay.
So quite recent, you think? Yeah. I mean, you can he's got rigor mortis. The corpse has been decomposing to that extent. Would you think that it's about a day?
Is there any evidence around us indicating which way the attackers might have left?
May have left. Let's see. So
Like
give
any
me
matted down
Like footprints?
weeds or
Yeah,
anything,
yeah.
footprints?
give me a nature check on that.
And then as he's doing that, there's one other thing, but I'll let him go first.
So 14.
You see the footprints kind of come from the direction of the bodies that are floating in the water. Like you do kind of get the sense that he came from that area.
Okay.
The last thing-
And also, I did want to mention, he's got a sack on his body,
okay.
a pouch.
So the one thing I was going to do besides searching him is I'm going to see if anybody's rough through him, see if people snatch something from him. So I try to see if the body's been disturbed besides us. Does it look like it's been?
It does, and it just looks no.
Okay.
You can't tell anything like that.
So I looked to Anon, I looked to the pouch, looked at him again. I just kind of shrugged.
Okay.
To me, it seems like this happened about a day ago. And, looks like the attackers came from over there, and where you were pointing out those bodies.
I just kind of take the sack and I kind of shake it a little bit. What sound does it make?
The sound of coins.
I kind of. Those are coins. This does sound.
Let me see those.
Does it sound like a decent amount?
I mean, I don't know what you consider decent, but I mean it's a small pouch.
Okay, so
And, you can almost seem like there's other things in there too.
Okay, so I walk up back to Rotha and Grey Mist, and I go, "We found this, Rotha. If you want to open it." So I give the bag to Rotha and allow him to open it.
Okay, Rotha, Reynard hands the sack to you. So you open it up and you see approximately 80 gold pieces, and you see spell components, and you see a piece of parchment, small piece of parchment. Oh, I'm sorry. And there's 2 pieces of parchment.
No, you never.
Gold, and you could.
How does everybody else feel about that? Huh?
Sure.
Roth is just gonna pocket all the gold for
I
himself.
kid, I
Just
kid.
like the pirate he is. There you go.
I
Blimey.
bite on one of the.
You're like a jeweler. Blimey.
So do you want to look at the parchment?
So yeah, two small pieces of parchment, 80 gold, and some spell components. That's what you find in the bag.
Yes, I will give it to me, and I will do the accounting. So I will look at the 2 pieces of parchment and try to figure out what they are.
Okay.
I mean, roll an arcana. I mean, do I have to roll an arcana check, or
No,
can I read them? Or
they're kind of like rolled up. They're about the size of like a little notepad, and they're rolled up little, like tiny scrolls almost. And you unroll them and look at them, and one of them is a map of northern Vudos. And it's, like I said, it's fairly small. It's like in bluish ink, and it's just a drawn map of northern Vudos with a couple of towns and different sort of landmarks indicated on it. And the other one is a note with 2 Triton names on it: Janvos Bugazoth and Marnus Amaroth. They're just
what is it? Bugenhagen?
two names that are written on the parchment.
Janvos Bugasoth, and what's the other one?
Janvos Bugazoth and Marnus Amaroth. And you know, because of how common Tritons are in this world, those are Triton
They
names.
sound like Triton. So I kind of, what does the note say?
No, it only says that it only has those 2 names written on
It
it.
just has 2 names. Maybe they
So I
were
kind of look
they
at the
were
note.
looking for
Wait.
these Tritons.
I look at the notes. I look, and then I walk closer to where the bodies are, but I don't go into the water. I go as far as I can before going into the water.
Okay, so
Do
let's
they have name tags?
That's kind of what.
so let's all roll initiative
Yes.
now.
I basically want to see if the 2 dead guys look like Tritons.
That didn't lie.
Oh,
Why don't
boy.
you- Why don't you wander out there and see?
Oh
for
yeah, I'm going to
yourself?
go into the muck and filth and get bit.
Why not? You're a strong man.
I'll be bitten by alligators.
You'll be strong enough to take it.
Last time we played, they sucked, man.
That's how paladins are.
I got 5.
All right, what do we got on the
Maybe
initiatives,
that's what it
guys?
is.
I rolled another 15.
I'm just slow on the take.
No, sorry, I rolled a 16.
I rolled an 11.
11,
15.
23.
23 for Anon.
My
Ruatha?
God, what the hell?
What did you roll?
I rolled a 15.
Okay, so we got Anon going first. Anon, what would you like to do?
Are there any threats or enemies, or
You
or
don't
just trying to?
know. You see all you see is the dead body of the half elf, and off to where Reynard pointed out, 2 floating corpses in the water, face down. They look black. They have like blackish kind of
Did
leather.
we get a long rest? Though? Did we get a long rest?
No,
Yeah,
you haven't. No.
Okay. In that case, I will. I'm just gonna cast Mage Hand
Okay.
over by the bodies, and I'm gonna use the Mage Hand to try to basically, well, they're floating in the water.
They're
Yeah,
just,
unfortunately, they're 50 feet away. I had the same thought as you did because I've got mage
Yeah.
hand, but
yeah, they're. I'm gonna say that
If
you
I-
guys moved a little bit, but they're like right here. Let me get.
Yeah, I'll move towards them.
Yeah, you guys
I'll
are.
move
So
up
they're
closer.
right about. Can't really see like my hand right here, but they're right in here.
oh, okay, gotcha.
So I can move this.
So I got 30 feet range on the mage hand. I'll move up so that I'm in range to use the mage hand on them.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna see if I can like push them towards us. If there's enough force.
And you can. The
It's
mage
10
hand.
pounds of force. So
10 pounds. So that's enough because so you kind of have the hand grasp the back of what would be like their leather armor or whatever,
Yeah.
and you can kind of the hand starts pulling them towards to it doesn't you can't really pull them all the way up into dry land, but you get them to where they can't move anymore in the mud.
Yeah.
And they're about they're probably about maybe 15 17 feet away from you now
okay.
in very muddy water.
So yeah, that'll be at them for my turn.
Okay. So next, I think we have Renard.
Yeah, I roll 16. So I'm gonna walk up to where Anon looked, and as the bodies kind of move a little bit, I take a look at them, and I try to see if they're tridents.
Tritons.
I try to see if these two bodies are tridents.
I'm just gonna say the mage hand when he was pulling it, it kind of one of them just kind of flipped over on its side, kind of in the mud, and they are not tritons.
They're not tridents.
They are very dark-skinned creatures, humanoids, very dark-skinned.
Do I know them as? I read this in the campaign guide. Why can't I remember what their names are?
Well,
Give me a minute. Do you have the book? It's under the.
Yeah, what are those dark skin? Videlkin or Vidalkin?
okay, well, I can tell you. Yeah. So you believe that they are broodkin.
Broodkin.
There it is. Oh yeah, it's right here. So I go, Broodkin.
And broodkin, just again, because you know this, they're a race in the world. They're a very rare race, and they're basically considered half elves, although they're very enigmatic. They're like enigmas. People don't really know a lot about broodkin because the way they live, and some consider them dangerous and evil, while some consider them half drow, although they do not consider themselves half drow. And majority of them are not evil. This that there are some that are very evil.
Yes.
And that's basically what you know. You know that they also don't live anywhere around here. They live in a different. They mostly stick to their own, and they live far from here in another part of the continent.
This is strange. These creatures aren't supposed to be here.
Yeah, you find it very unusual that these broodkin are here.
So they're not tridents, which means that maybe either A, in my opinion, he found the wrong people and killed them, and they engaged in a scuffle, or B, those names are names of maybe contacts that he has. But I could be completely wrong. How close are they to like the shore?
They're kind of right on the shore. They're stuck in the mud.
So I kind of
you can drag them all the way up to the dry land if you want.
I kind of drag one, and I look at him really quickly, and I kind of rifle through him really quickly.
Not for me.
So
I kind
Holy
of
man.
I think about it for a minute. I realize that it's unholy. I go, Roatha, would you mind? I don't think my holy hand should touch this.
Unholy. We just buried a bunch of dead bodies.
you kind of pull it, and there are two broodkin bodies wearing purple-hued studded leather armor, and they are charred beyond recognition. They look like they've been severely burned. Yes. And when you're looking, you suddenly look up, and you guys see something floating in the water just behind them that you didn't notice before. But yeah, it's you know them as broodkin. They have purple-hued studded leather armor. and they are totally charred and burned.
Does anybody else think that? Is it just me, or does it feel like this wizard might have fireballed them?
I
Gray
could
missed it.
I could do an Arcana check. I mean, if that makes any difference, or insight, or investigation.
Well,
Do
you
them
want to
all.
determine if they were killed by fireball?
Yeah, whether it was natural fire or
I
something
mean,
just
yeah,
similar
you can.
fire, or whether they were burned
Well, I
up.
mean, you can give me an Arcana check on that. I mean, you know they were burned, but go ahead and
Is
give
it
me an Arcana
magical
check.
fire or was it?
Regular fire. Here's a Arcana check. That'd be a 26.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
You very much identify the injuries to their body as being produced by fireball.
They have been burned by a fireball.
So
One of
I'm
my
guess-
specialties.
Why'd you do it, Grey Mist? Why?
I couldn't help it. I hate them.
I kind of so I look back at them. I look at the wizard. I go, seems that a lot of foul play was done here. How the wizard died, though, is a mystery.
Well,
Wait,
it
is the
ashes
thing-
all over him.
Well, maybe they fight. I quickly go over back to where the body is.
Mm-hmm.
Does it look like it's from sword strikes, or does it look like it's from arrows?
Both.
Both. Okay.
Well, I mean,
You don't see any
do they
weapons.
look
on
like the Sean? Do they? Well, I guess. I mean, do they look like the sort of weapons that were on the villagers that we just buried? I mean, similar sort. I mean, does it look like the same band that killed all the villagers used the same weapons to kill this bunch?
They're two. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the dude on the shore is not a broodkin.
The dude, sitting down against the rock.
You don't know if he.
You don't know
bad
anything
broodkin.
about.
Cult, the cult.
You don't know
Gloom
anything about
Creed.
these specific broodkin.
So I,
But
You don't
they're-
know if they're good, evil. You don't know. They have no weapons on them.
But
Yeah.
they're dressed in Gloom Creed stuff, right? We know they're Gloom Creed.
No.
They have
no,
no
not-
weapons, but from weapon.
Yeah, the wizard was died by sword strikes and what you believe to be probably arrow piercings, and the broodkin are just they look like they're dressed as kind of like rangers, but you didn't. They were in the water. They don't have any weapons on them. Maybe a dagger. They each have a dagger in a sheath, but they don't have any other weapons that you can see at the moment. And as I said, you see an item floating in the water just behind them now. It almost seemed like it came up from below.
Oh,
looks
okay. I thought you said they were Gloom Creed, or is that the
No,
guy
no,
on the
that's
shore?
the wizard.
The wizard
was
is
Gloom
Wizard's
Creed.
Gloom Creed.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So I-
Use my
Gloom Creed is
mage.
not a race. Broodkin is a race.
Right.
So remember,
Yeah, Gloom Creed you can tell by just the way they dress, I take it.
Yeah, the dressings, their tattoos, and just their demeanor, and the fact
Okay.
that they live by night.
Can I use Mage Hand to grab that item? That
Sure.
goes up?
And
I'll
you
just put it
do,
over
and
this.
it's a book. It's a pretty nice looking, thick book.
Is it readable at all?
So you're
condition?
gonna just look at it and
Yeah.
study it. It's totally damaged, man. It was in the water floating. It's destroyed, and you can't really make too much out on the pages.
Okay.
You get the impression. Just roll me an Arcana check.
one.
I got a nat 20, but
Hey!
Yeah,
It's
you
really a
definitely
specialty,
recognize it as a spell book,
okay.
but it is just
I'll
ruined.
hand it over to Grimace to take a look at it.
You give him this soggy, drenched.
Doesn't
chest,
look
wants
usually
to-
far, but
pages are ripped. up.
Anon, you don't have the mending cantrip, do you?
I do not.
Uh,
Fortunately, I'm sorry.
darn it. Okay, well, is it so? I take it this thing is so soaked and wrecked.
It-
Is it even? I mean, is it even like if I took it someplace and let it dry out for a while?
no,
It,
no, it's
there's
just
just nothing I can get
ink.
from it. It's just trashed.
It's
They,
trash.
I tell them to throw it up in the air and I blast.
All right, I'll throw it up in the air.
Yeah. So Graham just throws it up and
Yeah, Roth does target practice
just
on
gets
it.
blown into
It's
fragments.
like shooting skeet. There you go.
So I-
Pull.
So I
Oh,
go, how? I'm okay. This is. I kind of. Renard just kind of looks and he kind of rolls his temples and goes, "This doesn't make any sense to me." The wizard seems like he killed him with fireball, but it seems like they were able to take his book and run off into the swamp, which means that the wizard didn't kill them, but just burned them, and maybe something else killed them. I could be completely wrong.
Okay, let's move to the next. Okay, so do you want to do anything else?
No, I just say that to everyone. I say this.
no, I mean
Okay.
it's a mystery, so that's what we're. You said that you wanted us to be investigators, right? So this
Yeah.
is what we're trying to
So
figure out, correct?
Yeah, so that's my turn. So I think it's Ruach.
Yeah, I just wanted to move along. Okay, Ruatha, what do you want to do?
So we found all the weapons.
You did not find weapons except for daggers on their waist. You did not find any other weapons. Well, from where you are.
I'll look for.
And when you kind of look into the very shallow water, right, kind of where you guys are standing, you do see many different footprints and things just below the surface in the very shallow area, and it just kind of fades off into dark green, kind of muddy water. You can't see anything beyond that, where it goes a little bit deeper, where the bodies were originally floating.
Tell everyone to hold.
And so you're walking out further into the water and looking into the water. Is that what you're doing?
Found the footsteps.
Well, they just go off into the
They
water.
go into the.
Oh, okay.
That's all right. Yeah, you can't see where the footprints go after it gets a little deeper. No, it's just it's studded leather armor that has just kind of an unusual, very subtle purple hue to it, and that's barely what you can tell. It's burned so bad that there's just sections of it that you can see are kind of purpley, and yeah, that's it.
Can I check on
On the armor. Okay.
You know nothing of Arcana.
Yeah, yeah, it's not a terrible roll, but it looks pretty much just kind of like ordinary studded leather armor. You-
Kick them.
Anything
Gonna bury these bodies.
We're
I
the
wish-
Undertakers.
I wish to know what happened to them, but I don't know.
I say we.
Should we check to see if they have anything on their persons, like rifle through their clothing?
I just did.
There's nothing. All they have is a dagger on their hips.
So no.
Take the daggers.
Okay.
Is there anything special looking about the daggers?
No.
Is it? Yeah, I don't know what to do. Oh, it's Roth's turn. Sorry.
Okay.
Valuable. I'll hand them.
Yeah, I mean, it's typical daggers. Nothing particularly unusual about them.
Keep them, Ruatha. You might want to throw one into someone's eye.
Someone's eye.
How? A dagger in my eye. What is thinking in their eyes?
So I think it's Gray Mist's turn.
Gray Mist, it is your turn.
I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna send Herbert up to survey the general area. I will be looking through Herbert's eyes.
Okay. And you just see a very the trail continues. You see a bridge up ahead, and you see this marshy land. And then you see some trees towards the end of the trail, some large trees up ahead, maybe a couple 100 feet. And you notice that there's a ridge that goes down into a gully as the trail continues here. It goes pretty deep. You can't tell how deep right now where you are, but that's all you see. You see
But
no
don't
creatures.
see any potential enemies.
No, you see
Nobody
nothing.
hiding. Nobody.
You just hear crickets and frogs and birds, and you see wildlife. That's it.
Okay, that's all for my turn. I'll bring Herbert back to me.
Gregor.
Talk to Philavel. Try to get her to eat something.
Okay, so you hand her a little piece of bread or something, and she definitely eats it.
So I think it's Gregor.
Okay, Gregor, what would you like to do?
Oh, I think this scene has been pretty well scoured, man. You know,
Should we head forward?
I just think it's interesting that we find this dead, obvious wizard who looks like he was ambushed, if I'm not mistaken. That's my take on this.
But the big question is,
And where was this wizard going? Who are these two names? Like, does anybody have a good history of this area? And I turn to the party members, like any of these guys.
Did any of you consider yourselves natives to Vudos?
Nope.
I didn't think so.
I am not native to Vudos.
I don't really know where I'm from, so
I mean, the map is of Vudos. The names are Triton names. Vudos is densely populated
So
with Tritons.
I don't know them, but can I see if Gregor might know these names? If
Sure.
if they're well known, I suppose.
I'll give you that. You'll have to roll high, but yeah, sure.
Am I going to do a history?
Yeah. Check.
You got to get high.
Don't you have
Do I roll
to
on my die or roll it on D&D Beyond?
Die or die.
I'll roll it on the normal die. Haven't been too kind to me.
well, that would be even better.
let's try the electric die.
See if the fake dice is better for it. No, even worse.
Even worse.
Let's see what the regular die would have done. I would have rolled a 20 on history.
I have an excellent command of history. Should anybody require my services?
I mean, you're a wizard. You can give it a roll to.
Yeah, I would
Gravis.
probably turn to whoever would be the
Yeah,
most likely to
go
know
ahead.
this.
Roll me
I'm a
history
sage.
check.
I'm all about arcana, history, and investigation and religion. Actually,
Oh, hey, religion for me too.
yes. I have a +7.
Mine. I'm the holy man. I have to be religious.
I'm all about persuasion,
Intimidation.
intimidation.
There you go. Maybe you can intimidate the dead into talking.
Survival and
Nature, sure.
perception.
I'll roll history. What
Fit
do
our
we got here?
classes,
Wow.
24 history.
Hey.
Hey.
Staying in my lane.
Yeah.
boy.
Yep, I am not a history buff. I am buff, but I'm
you're,
not.
you're buff, but not with history.
So Gray Mist, your memory is faint, but the name Jonvas Bugazoth, you may have heard that this is a very prominent noble who lives in northern Vudos. And you think that's, and you're not 100% sure, but you believe you've heard that name before, and that's your recollection of who that would be. You do not know the other name.
A famous noble.
Well, not famous, but a influential and potentially, fairly powerful noble.
Okay. from the region, from this
from
region,
from the region, from the coastal region of northern Vudos, which is just south of where you are. It's fairly far south, but it's south from where you guys are.
And we're heading north, right?
Yeah.
I relay that to the party. I don't know. It's some sort of noble from an area to the from northern Vudos to the south of us.
Well, perhaps this wizard knew something. Why would they have killed this man? What would their reason have been? And why does he have these names? Do these people know something, or
I either think he was there to kill.
was he going to see these men?
I
or-
would say either see them, kill them, or maybe he was hired by them. That's my 3 cents, literally.
your 3 cents.
Do you have speak with dead?
Speak the dead.
Speak with dead.
I don't think we have that ability.
Oh,
No, I
boo.
can get that, but I need to pray for it. So I kind of look. I just go. I'm surprised by these two. They were killed by. The wizard was slashed to death by weapons. Did it look like we're talking like swords, not like daggers?
Swords and arrows.
And they don't have any arrows or swords on them. They have daggers. Not to mention that they were killed in the water. And the wizard.
Well, I mean, a fireball could potentially blow bodies backward, couldn't it?
I suppose it could.
I think he was ambushed, stabbed, and then blew a fireball off and killed them.
And then he sat down and died.
Then he died. But is this of any importance to our journey or no?
At the
Ah.
moment, it doesn't.
Truly unlucky, man.
At the moment, no. I don't think so.
Ramus, do you know where this region is to find this Junro?
He knows that it's that maybe that Bugazov is from a major city on the northern coast of Vudos. It's a port city. That's what he thinks. Again, he's not 100%. He's got this vague recollection, or maybe he's heard
The
that.
problem is, in order to do that, we have to head back the way we came, which we probably shouldn't do.
So Gramus tells you it is many days south.
Yes, we would have to go back the way we came, which
Yes, it is many days south.
Many days.
So I go, look, I don't know what happened, but I think we should keep moving forward, but keep this in the back of our minds.
Yeah, I mean we got 3 dead guys. We can't figure out what happened here. Let's keep on trucking. Go find something more interesting.
I think we should head forward.
You all agree with that? That's what you're doing?
Did it seem like there was
Heck, 80 gold.
any sign of a survivor at all? Anybody else who was involved that might have gotten away?
Not from what you can tell. I mean, you only see muddy footprints kind of where you are, going off into the shallow water. You can kind of, back by the wizard, you saw some stuff there with footprints, but you can,
Herbert didn't see anything.
no.
Well, I suppose we don't want to lose any time. So
It'll be an unsolved mystery.
do we just leave this poor soul here?
Well, we don't know if he's a good or bad person.
Yeah. Maybe they're all bad.
For
Yeah,
all
at
we
the
know,
moment, you guys really don't know anything. You just you know that
no idea. Okay.
Well, I
Boo.
can check if they're good or bad. If we really want to know,
Does that work if they're dead?
I can detect good and evil. I mean,
If you're dead, are you good or evil anymore? Or are you just dead?
Yeah, you can do that on a corpse.
Well, it doesn't say. It just says I can
Well, give it a
Great
try.
level.
Why not?
whether they're alive or dead.
Okay.
So I do. I just kind of, you see me just close my eyes. I just kind of mumble under my breath, and then you kind of see a little bit of a glow from my hand. And I just kind of put it out in a radius around me. So it's divine sense, which it does detect good and evil. It detects other things, but I'm not expecting that it detect like fiends or undead. But it also detects those things.
I'm going to say, so let me think. torn on this actually.
I just roll dice.
You have
Again, it's just a sense I get.
yeah.
about
You,
things,
you,
know?
you it's a confused signal that you're given. It's a confused signal. You kind of sense some darkness, but then kind of not. And it's just they're dead, and it's kind of muddying up your sense.
Literally.
Literally.
So
And Grimace leaves.
I can't tell.
I'll be here all week. Try the
I
veal.
can't tell who is at fault here. Who is maybe
Nobody-
I can't tell what happened here. I don't know if this
knows
guy's
who
the
they
bad
were.
guy.
I go into that William Defoe rant from Boone. What the? God damn it! Fuck!
Shit.
Put up with fucking Fireball. Who the fuck?
Like this whole scene is just a fucking mess.
We got three fucking dead guys.
So
All right. Anything else,
The
guys?
dead
No,
men tell no
move
tales.
on.
I think we're gonna move
this
on.
was a
All right.
We know names.
well, maybe something will occur later on. Let's get out of here.
Maybe our party cleric can next time he gets a rest can prepare speak with dead, since
The big question is,
we seem to be running into a lot of dead people.
That's true.
They may have words. They may have things to tell
would
us.
that be defiling bodies? Because I am lawful good.
No, you can speak with the dead. It's on your list. Nothing wrong with
You.
you're trying to solve a terrible tragedy. That would seem to be the definition of lawful good. You're trying to put
Bring
things to
peace and honor
rights.
to their memory.
I suppose so. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So
Not an
you
evil
guys
thing.
mount up, kind of frustrated with the scene. You don't know what to make of it, and you ride on. You continue north, and even though it doesn't seem like you're going north right now, but you are. And you get to an area. You get past. You're starting to get through some of the marsh areas. It's still somewhat marshy. You ride on for a few more hours. It's now kind of approaching evening. By the way, you guys, some of you guys are injured, right?
I think we didn't we rest.
No, you didn't rest yet. No.
I'm not injured at all.
I'm barely injured now.
Okay. Well, it's coming. It's approaching evening. You're expecting to see the twilight mist form, and the sun is starting to lower on the horizon a little bit, and you can just keep straight up riding. You guys can rest for the night. It's approaching night. You ride through the night. What do you guys want to do? You got about another little over a day left of this journey.
Yeah, because we go.
What do you guys need to rest? I have everyone's favorite spell.
Oh my god.
So you tell me what you want. Here's one note I'll drop on you guys. If you call, Makuo told you that you will see a large tree with a banner on it, and you are to turn right into the deeper forest. And when you do that, you will eventually cross the Gost River. And he said, then you will be close to your destination. So what do you want to do? You got over a day left. You're riding. It's approaching evening. What would you like to do?
Right.
Well, if we keep riding, then
Well, I'm sure if we've been riding for. We're probably freaking tired.
Yeah, you are.
No, the problem is that if we keep
Definitely.
riding, we're going to get exhausted.
Well, yeah, I would assume at this point.
Yeah, I
we're
mean,
probably
you're
on the
definitely
verge of-
seeking rest. Plus, again, you guys
We
have
gotta rest sometime,
wounds.
right? You can
Yes.
camp for the night. We're not in a race. We're not being pursued.
Right. Plus, have you ever ridden horseback for like 8 hours straight?
Oh,
Freaking
tons
beat
of times,
up.
man.
Plus
How
the
do you think I
ball-
go to appraise homes, man? I do it on horseback.
The
Yeah,
balls
right.
oh!
You gonna take rest?
I think we're going to try to take rest.
All right.
All right, I will sit down and I will do the ritual and I will summon Liam and Tiny Hut.
Hey.
Hey, we'll be safe.
Yeah. So you guys come up. So you're riding
Just
on
don't
the
fart.
trail.
Just don't fart inside of it, or else it stays there.
Can you go in and out of that thing, or do you have
Yep.
to stay in it?
Yep,
Technically, you can.
All right, so I'm
you bet.
I'll actually stay out of it for now because Don't like
Yeah,
the stench
you
of
can
all
walk in and out. We don't want you to pee. We don't want you to pee inside the hut
And you guys, you
or
come
take a Duke inside the hut, man. No, man, go outside, do that.
and you see a section. You see off the trail. You see a clearing, and you see kind of like look like a used fire pit in this clearing. To you, it kind of looks like an ideal place where you might be able to get some rest. It looks like it's been used as a rest spot
Recently?
to you. Well, you can't tell from here, but you see a fire pit. It's used. It's got like dried, burned logs in it.
Did anybody grab that axe from that village?
Nope.
There's nobody. What
Get
are
a
we looking
sword.
for? Something to
Use
start
my
a fire
sword
with?
to hack wood?
Man, this
It's
place
magical.
is.
It won't get damaged.
Wow, I don't know. My sword is made for slaying things, not for chopping up wood.
There is.
I mean, there's plenty of little,
Yeah,
stuff you can
there's got to be some. We're
build
not
a fire.
cutting down
That's what you want
trees
to do.
here. You know,
Good shovel.
find some
Also,
dryish twigs and brush to start a little fire. Make a pot of stew.
I have a hammer. I have a
Go
shovel.
catch some conies.
I have a shovel. I have a lantern.
Get some potatoes.
I have a hammer. You need the light on there, Lai?
Do I still have that big thing of wine, or is that all gone?
I don't know. Would you still have
Pull out the wine.
Or wine.
Would you still
Pour
have it?
wine.
I don't know. I mean, I'd probably be sipping off it every once.
So you guys, are you guys going to rest here?
I think we are.
Yeah.
All right.
Rest. So I will do Liam's tiny hut.
Where is that? You can always put it on the board.
Yes.
All right.
Where is it, Sean?
You know,
You
I
guys make
actually
camp.
speak Gnomish. I didn't realize.
You speak
I have no
Gnomish?
idea why I took that language.
Hey, well that's good. You can talk to the little girl too.
Talk to the little Gnomish girl.
Yeah.
Where is the
Come here, Gregor. Make yourself familiar to little Philavel.
Fine, the matter.
All right. So you guys,
Philavel or Philavel?
Philo Beto.
Phyla Bell.
Philo.
And so you guys light a fire. You make camp. And anything you want to do while you're making camp? Anything? Just tell me what you're going to do when you make camp. And
I think we should probably set up watch because we have no idea what the hell's going to be out here.
what would Renard? What do you want to do while you're making camp?
I'll just kind of pray a little bit. If we get a long rest, I might switch out some of my spells. So you see me in deep meditation.
Okay, Gregor, what do you want to do when you take rest?
I want to eat and drink some wine
Okay, are you?
and sharpen my sword.
Renard?
Anon will be casting his lots off to the side and trying to get a sense of direction of where to go, and then also kind of get an idea of any good or bad omens up ahead of us or anything like that.
Is this an ability you have, or is this?
Well, kinda, but it's also just a flavor thing as well. So the ability is actually it's the wheel and woe ability. It's his cosmic omen, and the ability, all it does is it lets me roll a d6, and then if it's odd, that counts as woe. If it's even, then it counts as wheel, and that gives me the ability to either add or subtract from an ally or an enemy's roll. Any kind of like ability check, attack roll,
Oh, I see.
anything
Okay.
like that. So,
Okay, so you can kind of pocket that, and if somebody's going to make a check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I get 3 uses of that per long rest. So I'll do that after the long rest, but this is like his version of like just trying to connect to nature and to the gods and
Okay, cool.
cosmic nature and everything. So
Cool. You're going to do that at the end of the long rest.
yeah, no, he'll do it here now,
Okay.
and then also mechanically speaking at the end
I
of
see.
the
Okay.
long rest. So.
Okay. You need to roll your d6.
his ritual and whatnot that he likes to do. So
Okay. So Anon performs his druidic, or is this more related to the stars, your circle, right?
yeah,
Okay. So do you need to roll a d6 now for that, or you said? Did you say that's how it works?
it's technically at the end of the long rest.
Okay. Grey Mist, what are you doing?
I'm gonna read out of my arcane grimoire. I'm gonna have some wine. Anon, do you have Goodberry?
I do.
I might suggest that you conjure up some good berries before we take a long rest, so you don't waste a spell slot after we're already rested.
I could
They
do
can
that.
come in handy. We can use all the healing we can get, I'm sure.
Absolutely, I could do that.
Ruatha,
Excellent.
what are you doing?
Cold in here to you. Left in that box. Anything to do tonight?
I don't know. You think there are any bars around here?
You guys wanna-
Taverns? I heard there's a
So are you-
band playing in the marsh someplace.
Are you guys all under the hut?
Yes.
I'll be under the bug.
Yeah,
You're not. Gregor's out.
after we
And
have
Anon,
our
are you
wine
in
and
Demon's tiny hut?
a little
Uh,
conversation around
I'll
the
go in
campfire.
there, after maybe like 10 minutes or so.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go in there after I'm done praying. After
And Gregor, you're staying out.
I'm gonna sit out by the fire.
Okay.
Because is the fire? I'm assuming the fire is not inside.
no, otherwise we'd be choking us.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
so
just
I'm
outside.
just gonna be out by the fire, just kind of poking at it. I go, "Where's dinner? What are we having to eat tonight?"
Turkey.
Cook it up. You could be camp cook.
I go, "Rotha, why don't you go hunt us some
Conies.
for dinner?"
Get some conies for us.
And,
I hear that all the rabbits around here are filled with gold pieces. My history, my reading of my arcane grimoire tells me that.
I go, "Rotha, is everything about money with you, my friend?"
It's
Potatoes.
times.
so
The
you,
satisfaction you have as you
Nothing,
Lots of luxuries to be bought out here in the marshland.
nothing just done
I'll save it for later.
for the sake of it or for the goodness of it.
He's a pirate.
Ruatha's not offering to talk to little Philabel.
The only thing good around here is a nice little bit of filth, some lovely filth.
Filth. There's a lot of filth around here.
A lot of lovely filth over here, dear.
How are you?
okay. So I'm going to say some time passes, a couple of hours. Gregor, you're still out front. You're still outside. You're by the fire, and suddenly hear pretty rapid hoof, horse galloping, kind of near the area. And all on the trail, you guys are only about 40 or 50 feet on the trail. You look up and you see a male satyr on a horse, and he stops. And he says, "Well met." He looks in your direction. It's now evening, and it's a twilight night, and it says, "I do not mean to bother you, but I rest here often. Would you mind if I rest near here? This is typically why I rest. I'll just be off the side. I won't bother you."
Do you have any dope?
Do you have any gold?
So you're in the hut. This is Gregor.
I'm gonna do an insight roll to see if this is any deceit.
Detect good and evil.
Can do that. Go for it.
It's not going to be
Okay.
much better if you roll it on D&D Beyond.
Well, let's see if it would have been better. Watch. It would have been.
it would have been better.
So I can't tell.
You have no idea what to do.
Good or
Flip a coin.
I
man.
rolled like an 8, which isn't
Flip a
horrible, I
coin.
guess, but
Okay.
I'm like, well, kind of full in the camp right now.
He says, I'll just make my own camp right over here. And he kind of just says,
Is it like? I mean, it's like what time is it right now?
it's evening twilight. So it's not, it's kind of almost the middle of the night. It's like 10 at night or 11 at night. But I mean, it's still, it's visible. It's still twilight.
So, could I ask you just kind of a question about satyrs in general? Are satyrs like? What would I know about them?
Okay.
I mean,
great
are they
question,
like?
actually. So they are a significant portion of the population. You know that. There's a lot of them. You know that they originate from Sara. And they're all over the continent. Almost all of them are good natured. They're all kind, they're just they're about 15% of the 17% of the population
All right.
of the world. So you're very familiar. You've met them throughout your life.
Well, do you have any ale on you? Anything to drink? Kind of run dry.
We have one.
And he smiles and says, "Hi." He shakes his head, yes.
All right then.
And he kind of pulls back his horse thing, and he slowly walks his horse over. He gets off of it. He's got two long swords. One's on his back, one's at his side, and he's got some nice armor. He's got tattoos across his face, and he kind of pulls a sack off of his horse. It's like basically like a water skin, and he says, "Got some fine ale here if you'd like." Walks over, he just hands it to you. So please enjoy. And he's going to make camp here. Please don't mind me. And he kind of goes, ties his horse to a tree, and he begins to take stuff off of his horse. He starts setting up a little sleeping bag and stuff for himself. Not a sleeping bag, but he's actually not going to sleep. He tells you, he says, "I will only be here for an hour or two and take a short rest."
I know your name. I didn't catch that.
And he says,
Bill.
Fuck you, that's my name.
What
My
is it?
name is Bill.
Going to get
George Costanza.
Stands you.
says, "I am Koskis."
So I take a pull of the ale that he gave me.
And it's pretty
Fucking
good.
vodka.
It's slightly sweet, more like mead than it is ale.
So was he heading in the same direction we were going?
He is headed in the same direction, actually. Yeah. And he just goes, "Are you adventurous?" He looks and he kind of looks. What is that? What's that odd shaped thing?
Oh wait,
I just shake my head and I go,
wait. Gray Mist, just a quick question. I forgot what the spell is. Is it opaque from the outside?
Yeah, I believe so.
So he can't see anything inside it. He just sees.
Yeah, he just sees a weird shape.
Yes.
oh God. Nothing. Don't mind that.
Okay. Are you adventurous?
I poke my head out. Who's asking?
Interesting.
The head just comes out of this camouflage.
Yeah,
That is-
pops out this shell.
Right.
Who's asking? What do you want to know?
Do we
And
do we notice now that there is somebody who just walked up the camp?
well, you can see out of it, right? So yeah,
Yes.
you see him. What do you get? What do you guys want to do? What, you guys inside the hut?
Pepper this guy a bunch of
I
do,
go,
do you come out of the hut?
yes,
All of you?
I
No,
do.
step up.
So you all step out.
I'll step up.
Gray Mist,
I've got the child. I'm going to stay inside the hut.
you stay in the hut. You guys come out, and this guy's kind of talking with Gregor. He's set up his little situation over there by his horse, and he's talking with Gregor, and he sees you come out of it, and he's kind of surprised, like, "Oh, magic!
Magic.
One of you, a wizard?
The one inside the hut.
Ah, interesting. Well,
Do you mind me asking? You didn't happen to see 3 dead bodies on your way here, did you?
there's dead bodies. No, but I must say it's not an uncommon sight these days. I have seen corpses on the side of the road.
Where? Not far from here.
see them all over. all types of people who are dying on roads. They're desperate, destitute. It's the age we live in. I saw 2 corpses a few days back, dead in a ditch.
So what
I
brings you
use-
here?
He says, I am a hunter and a messenger.
Gregor, maybe.
What do you hunt?
Oh, small game, mostly for myself, my family, and occasionally for coin. I also run messages for, say, various factions and people.
You wouldn't happen to know about Arakesh, would you?
I do not.
Right, that's the place we're going to, right? Arakesh?
Oh, Shirakel.
Shirakel, sorry.
Oh, he says, yes, I know Shirakel.
Okay. Do you run messages there often?
I have in the past.
What was the woman's name again?
Nazarene.
Mazarine. Thank you. I'm so sorry. Do you do messages for someone named Mazarine?
No, I do not know that name.
But you do Shirakel. Okay, good.
I bring up that. What about what was that name? Junvus? Bugabov or something?
Yes.
Bogoman.
Bogaman? Is that name ring a bell at all to you, my friend?
And he says, Rugazov?
Right.
He says, indeed. He is a powerful lord on the coast of Vudos. What do you know of him?
Well, my friend asked you if you'd seen some dead bodies on the trail. We had seen a dead body with that name written in a journal, as well as another name. I can't remember.
The other name was, so it's Marnis Amarov. And he says, he says, I know this name as well. He's another noble in the region. Same region as Bugazov. This is most interesting.
And I described the scene to him, of what we saw.
And he says, oh, yes, obviously some sort of conflict.
Is Bugazov known for hiring wizards?
He says he doesn't know much about them. He only knows who they are. And he said that he has been in their cities before. They are the High Lords. And that he says to you that Marnis Amarov, he believes, is on the Council of Nations. And he thinks that he's actually quite a powerful figure.
It's on the Council of Nations.
You know, the Council of Nations is a very powerful national organization. You don't know a lot about it, but you know that, yeah, they're like a huge governmental power almost.
Like the UN.
Kind of.
So you travel this trail quite a bit then, this land.
Not quite a bit. My missions, I'll travel for over 100 miles. I don't come to this area often. Only a couple of times I've been to this rest spot, passing through.
So a half elf, he was older too, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah, an elderly half elf wizard traveling these paths with these 2 names on a parchment. Any idea why that would be happening?
He says, "What did this wizard half elf look like?"
He was not Broodkin. He was Gloomcreed.
How do you know this?
Tattoos.
What did the tattoos look like?
They were bluish, right?
They were bluish, and you described the shape of them.
I described the shape, and I said they were bluish.
And he says, Gloomcreed, perhaps a necromancer.
Necromancer. It seems like he maybe was more into. We saw that he threw a fireball, but I didn't expect he was a necromancer.
The symbols you described suggest to me that he may have been a necromancer.
And these broodkin with purple studded leather.
Broodkin?
Yes,
What do you know, Broodkin? Where are they?
with the body
There are 2 Broodkin bodies?
near where he was. And apparently, he fireballed them.
This is incredible.
It is
Broodkin. They live thousands of miles from here in Blackwater.
and I think they were having armed conflict with this wizard.
That's incredible. I haven't seen Broodkin in 10 years.
I don't know. That's what we're trying to figure out. What happened?
I wonder if they were. I wonder if they were evil Broodkin.
I don't know. They didn't. The Broodkin that we had didn't have any markings on them, right?
Broodkin, no.
Purple.
And-
armor.
So he doesn't know what to make of it either. That's all he tells you.
Can I,
He does go on. He says, there's almost no population in these parts. There's only a few villages here and there. And
What were you saying?
and he said that I've heard that the area far north of here has been flooded by the sea.
Yes. It has.
And he says, I'm traveling to, let's see. He says, I'm traveling north near Algarest. Says it is dark times, my friends, dark times. Yes, the other day I saw 2 bodies lying in the ditch like discarded ox meat. Hobgoblins were seen off the road north of here. I don't know exactly how many were seen. I didn't see them myself. Says others have told me that villages have been raided.
We saw a village raided.
You did?
Yes, but not by hobgoblins.
Were they orcs? Yes. I've heard the orcs have been terrorizing the innocent. You must be cautious. Says, are you aware of the gnolls?
Yes, foul creatures.
Yes, my wife and child were killed by gnolls. They invaded my home. I beg you, adventurers, if you see them, kill them. Kill them anytime you see them. They are the epitome of evil. They live only to kill.
Get some dice, gold,
and he
or some of your meat.
he says, where do you travel to?
Shirkesh.
Shirkel?
I'll go,
Sure,
Renard,
Cal.
a second with me, please.
Sorry.
I kind of spin Renard around. I walk him kind of out of earshot a little.
Yes.
You're good at these kinds of things. Just man being truthful.
Can I roll an insight?
Before we start
Absolutely.
telling him exactly where we're going and what we're doing.
I was
16.
going to ask if I could do that too.
Go ahead, please.
16.
16 and a
21.
you get the impression
Insight, dude.
that this man is this satyr is completely telling the truth. He seems like he's exactly who he says he is.
He seems
You detect no deception or dark tones of any kind. He seems like quite a nice, kind satyr.
He seems in the up and up.
Will he play me in a dice game for some rabbits or whatever he's got?
Well, are you going to ask him that?
Yeah,
So ask him.
I just did. I asked him if he wanted to play some dice.
Role play a little. All right. So he says, dice game, eh? Yeah. Well, first, tell me about your recent dreams. He says that to you, Ruatha.
Did we all hear this?
Clouds. And that no counted strange beings.
He says, ah. He laughs, smiles big, and he says, incredible.
I walk up.
Those are the dreams that I like to hear about.
I go, who are you to be so interested in dreams?
He says, many creatures, many like myself, are Amazed by dreams. It's what we live. It's what we live by. Our dreams guide us.
Interesting that our party dreams have been very big with us lately. It just seems surprising that you are so up and up about it. But all right,
Dreams are very important, my friend.
I suppose
You should use them as your guide.
we have been. One of us has definitely.
I have some interesting dreams I could share with you. I recently have been feeling odd as I study the stars. It is part of my druidic circle, and I've been studying a particular constellation in the sky, which seems to have slowly and very subtly been changing just ever so slightly, which doesn't happen too often as you could imagine. And ever since I noticed that, I've been having these strange dreams, which seem to be visions leading me and guiding me on the path that I am on now, which led me to these folks over here that you can see. And he points out the party, obviously. And these dreams have been showing me of a great evil beyond some kind of portal. And I believe that is where our journey ends. That is all we seek.
This is most interesting. Some dreams are premonitions. What is your name, sir?
My name is Anan Parsha.
Anam, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Your dreams are vivid. Follow them. He looks at all of you and says, where do you head? Where are you going?
North by northwest.
If you don't mind me asking, for what? Are you adventurers? What are you seeking?
Honestly, we traveled to, I believe, we traveled to Winslet. We're on a very important quest, my friend.
We don't know
You're-
exactly.
You're in Winsland right now.
We're in Lindsay.
So he says an important quest. Interesting.
We don't know the exact details, right?
Where? Where is your destination?
We are we going to the city?
Well, yeah, so you know
Going
that
to the Citadel of Shuri?
you're going to the Citadel of Shirikal, and you also have been told that you know you're going to be going way north of Winsland.
Right.
That's where you're
North.
headed.
Northeast.
I'd like to come out of the dome at this point,
Okay.
Home.
and
Thunderdome.
the Thunderdome is opened. I pass through his walls. One person enter, one person leaves. I say, well, you seem to be very curious about where we're going and what our business is. Our business is our own. You know what they say about asking too many questions.
And he kind of takes a step back and kind of says, "Yeah, well, I understand. It's only making conversation as perhaps I travel the area quite often.
Feel we've asked him
But I-
plenty of questions. I think it's only fair to hear him out.
No, but it's no problem to ask questions, but we are on we're on serious business that perhaps it's best not to talk quite so much about.
Our the portal where we believe it might be is northeast of Winsland, right? Isn't it somewhere in the, like Shadowlands or something like that? Isn't that?
It's in what you know right now is that it's in the far northeast of Winsland. It's quite far from where you are, and that it is extremely remote. And you have heard that part of the area in the far northeast along the sea has been flooded by shallow water. Do you?
Can I just go over to Gregor real quick and whisper something to him?
Sure.
Yeah, so I'll just sort of walk over and I'll hand Philabelle to him real quick. Here, Gregor, hold Philabelle for a moment. She seems to be curious about your beard, and so I hand him to her, and she's like kind of tugging on his beard, and I sort of whisper in his ear. It's like, maybe is it possible for you to do your detect good and evil thing without this fellow noticing?
Of course, I can do that.
Maybe we should be a little more circumspect about our mission. We have no idea who we might meet on the road who might be interested in what we're doing. Especially since we just saw 3 dead bodies back there, and there was some sort of battle with the names of a couple Tritons. We don't. Not to say this person, the Satyr, can't be a friendly sort, but we are not on a mission that's probably best for everyone to know what we're doing.
I can do that. I know that I trust Renard's instincts,
Yes.
and I believe Anon has the same ability, but I can still check and make sure there's nothing evil.
Try to distract him. I go, hey, I'll trade you some crunch and munch for the present you have.
So I mean, I can use another divine sense. So again, it's just going to detect if there's anything evil about it. And it's not going to tell me anything else. So I'm going to sense it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to relay that maybe maybe we shouldn't tell the guy who just rode into camp exactly what we're doing. It's just trying to be cautious. You just came from a place where everybody got slaughtered. We just went from a place where there were 3 dead bodies in some sort of weird battle. We got a couple names, some Tritons on there. It's like there's some
Okay.
maybe a little more circumspect. That's
Describe it.
And Gray Mist isn't exactly a charisma bomb either. So
I don't really need to do
she
much.
tends to be a little skeptical.
I just kind of close my eyes, and first of all, I'm holding Philabelle like she's made of like the finest china in the world.
Yeah.
I'm like very uncomfortable holding this.
She's totally tugging on your
Comes up
beard.
and just kind of cheek with his hand.
Yeah, but I'm very uncomfortable holding Child. I'm afraid I'm going to break her in any second.
You like holding her.
He says, not much for kids, huh?
Yeah. But no, so as he
child.
comes closer, I just kind of put my hand on his shoulder and I just close my eyes and you see me just bow my head. And all I'm doing is I'm just using my sense.
And you do that, and he kind of looks at you, and he looks at his shoulder, and he looks at you again, and you do not get the sense of any evil at all. But you sense good too.
Yeah.
You sense a lot of good.
So I believe you to be a truthful man. My friends here who are very very astute at seeking out and being able to tell if someone's being facetious with us. So I, for one, believe I will trust you.
He says, well, you certainly don't have to trust me, but I really just making acquaintance here, and just curious where you're headed. I've traveled the lands quite often, and I know something about the region, but not too much farther north of Shirakel.
We're looking for a sage by the name of Mazarine. Sage is supposed to give us information on a great evil in the land.
Evil.
Yes.
Oh, I don't mean to pry, but when you say great evil, is this great evil near? Are people aware?
Well, I don't know how many people are aware of it, but this is the
Would know better than us. You.
Great evil. My
this
goodness.
is a quest we're on.
My word.
Quest is to
The
seal.
child, Ruatha. The child's ears.
I
guess-
forgot. And
I guess there's a portal of some sort that we are meant to seal.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Where is the portal?
We don't know. You, there are many questions you have, my friend.
Well, you know, he's hearing this and he's kind of blown away.
So I tell him again. This is I'm I believe it is in the citadel of Shirakel. We were told to travel north. I believe we're close to there. We're told to look for a tree with a banner.
And he says, yes, the Gast River crossing.
Correct.
Yes, it's not far from here. Shirakel, you're traveling north of Shirakel? You are. And
Yeah, I mean, I'm
he
taking
says,
notes.
he says, yes, I certainly don't know much about it. So remote. I've never really been north of Shirakel, but he says, I can tell you though, I once came across a gnome mage. The gnome said that his origins were from a grove far north of here that was flooded by the sea. I met this gnome on a quest to find out to find scrolls of fire magic. I was sent to this gnome by a soothsayer. And he said the gnome was in Fentathu Gardens. And at the time, this gnome was living in this partially ruined chalet. It's really quite a dreadful place. I haven't been there in several years. But this gnome spoke of a strange growth with which he came. Said it's now flooded, as I've heard the region by the sea is. Anyway, this recollects this information. Use it however you can. But the gnome seemed to have some origins in the far north, which I found unusual. And he said Fentatho is really quite an unkept place. I was quite surprised by the living conditions of this strange gnome. Anyway,
So, are you saying we should seek this gnome out? He may have information for us.
he says, I do not know. He only mentioned his origins were from the far north, and that he came south after the flooding. And he was quite an eccentric, strange gnome, I must tell you. Fentatho Gardens, it's you will, if you are traveling north, you will reach the Elgarest Crossroads. Shirakel is northeast. Fentatho is northwest. Basically, this roughly the same distance.
the weather like.
Oh, it's grassy and fairly temperate. This time of year, season of the witch, many storms, much rain. Yeah, you all know that that's the season you're in.
Yes.
So that's really all he tells you, and he's standing there and he's looking back at his horse.
Have you ever been far northeast of Winsland?
There's really nothing up there.
believe that's where our journey is headed. We don't know how to get there.
He says, keep on this road, and as I say, at the Elgares crossroads, you can go northeast to Shirkel. If you wish to see if this gnome is still around, he may have information about the far north, if he's still there. Like I said, he was living in a strange, partially ruined chalet. And the place is kind of dreadful. Just unkept, strange people. Anyway, I'll be over here if you need me. And he just kind of goes back to his horse and he's laying out his stuff. And so that's, oh, sorry. That's what he tells you.
Well, you don't have a satyr miniature there?
I do, but I didn't want to bring the ones that I have for a few reasons. So this is him, and he walks back over to where his horse is. What would you guys like to do? You got about maybe 3-4 hours left on your long rest.
Anon's gonna pass out a bunch of good berries to everybody. He'll give each person 10 good berries.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Each person.
Delicious.
Elderberry.
Use
so
them sparingly.
They're magically delicious.
Hey.
That's great. So you guys
Use
each
them
have
sparingly. Only when you use them.
Shit. Gregor's already eaten 2 of them,
Can
actually.
I get a buzz off of these things?
Really? They're quite delicious.
I feel like I'm on another level right now.
So he's over there resting on his own, minding his own business. What do you guys do?
Tackle.
Yeah.
I'll take Flyabelle back from Gregor.
Strange encounters.
Gregor's probably got half his beard missing by now because she's been tugging
He's
on
just a passerby, and he's making short rest, and he just talked with you and gave you whatever information he thought maybe could help you. And that's all that's gone on here. And like I said, you can go talk to him more or whatever. He's going to be taking off soon. He's only short resting.
I think Anon goes back into the hut and tries to get some sleep.
Okay. Rest of you guys? Sleeping
Yeah,
through
same.
Same?
Yeah. Gray Mist
Okay.
is gonna go in the hut. And
So you guys take your long rest, and he kind of saw him get up on his horse, and he kind of just waved his hand off, and he rode off. And you gather up your camp, and you're gonna continue north.
yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and cast Mage Armor right away. I do it every morning. So
Cast mage armor. You guys each have 10 good berries, right?
False
And,
life.
oh, we each have 10 good berries.
What is that? What you said? Do they each have 10?
Yeah, each person got 10. So.
Awesome, thank you, Anon.
That'll give us 1 hit point if we.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
All right. So you guys ride off, and you're riding. 1 second here.
So those good berries just appear in your hand, and you like,
Yeah,
or you like create like a good berry vine or a tree or something they grow.
for the heck of it, for flavor's sake, I'll say he reaches down and some vines grow up and magically grow up rather quickly and then start sprouting these berries, and he just picks them all.
All right, give me a second here.
I say to you, to an I go, very delicious.
These look more like train wreck.
Right.
They're actually more specific to the region that we're in. I suppose they are flavored based on the ground and the marshy wetlands that we're in.
I'll call it lazy eye then.
What was that stuff? What was that stuff you found? That dust?
Oh yeah.
What was that?
The red dust.
Something red.
Traveler's dust.
Traveler's dust.
Traveler's dust, man. Are we gonna be punching ourselves in the face after eating these things, man?
I think Rawatha might have already used it up, probably.
Yeah, he
Profit.
sold it, man.
Price.
Enterprising.
Oh, sorry, guys. I just got to pull up the map here. Give me a second. I thought I
It
downloaded.
looked like we're back in the bloody village here.
So
We
I
are.
got, hey guys, I got this $1,000 compass at that tent. It always can tell me which way is north.
Oh, nice.
You're the navigator. Lead us
Check the
north.
weather again.
Yes, we must determine
What will the
Go
weather
north.
be today and on?
north, and we're gonna baby.
Don't talk about the baby like that.
We know if it's a curse or a boon.
It's a boon. It's a baby.
I don't know. We don't roll yet.
Check.
A non can roll.
It's a wheel.
Watch your
Alright,
mouth,
yeah.
Roth,
Wheel.
or I'll
They'll
fire a
singe
fireball
me
at you.
into bits.
I will.
Wrote when you.
Wheel.
I'm
Good
gonna
omen.
cast Mind Sliver on you.
Oh,
Oh,
now
my Lord.
behave, behave.
I believe the child might be a good omen.
The child is
So you
magic.
guys,
Child, is that what God
Ooh, that's
said?
cool.
Did the gods say the child is full of
It's,
magic?
All right, guys. So you're riding north, and you get to a point where a ridge starts to form along the side of the trail, and you come to where you see an old ruined windmill. And let me just get this picture.
Windmills.
Yeah, so they should work harder on their nuclear fission technology.
Exactly.
So you
Product
guys are,
energy should be.
you guys are riding down this trail here. See my hand, and
Yep.
you see this ruined windmill, and it looks like it's one of those house windmills. It basically looks like it's like a home dwelling but it's totally tattered in ruins.
Is this where
you,
the satyr said? Did the satyr say the gnome wizard was in a windmill?
He said he
No.
was in a chalet.
he was in a ruined chalet in Fentafau.
Okay.
So which is still quite a bit far from here. So you guys see this, and it's just up on this ridge, and it kind of circles around it. Okay, so you see this off in the distance, and this kind of goes up a little bit, so you can kind of only see sort of the halfway up and above at the top of the windmill. Anything you want to do, you can ride right past it, or you can investigate, whatever you want to do. But that's what you see. You see a ruined windmill. At the moment, that's what you see.
I'd like
You
to
can
send.
ride right-
I'd like to send Herbert up to kind of scout the windmill.
Okay.
Look in the windows.
You send him up ahead as you guys kick back and wait. And what are you gonna do exactly? You see this kind of this windmill here. Here, let me get your camera in position here.
There's Ubit.
No, wait for Herbert.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have Herbert, fly up, look from the top, and fly by. Looks like it's dilapidated. Look in the windows. Maybe perch in a window. Look inside. If it's dark. Herbert's
So
got dark
basically,
vision.
it's
I ask Anan if that looks.
Yeah, I'm sitting down on the ground with just the whites of my eyes showing as I'm looking through Herbert's eyes.
Is it supernatural or?
and you see,
Is this natural?
I like this druid.
you
It
see
is part of the natural order.
Herbert sees the ruined windmill. There's some decay on the walls where you can see inside, but you don't see anything. Let me turn this down 1 second. Wow. And you see through Herbert's eyes, you see some ruins to the left of the windmill. So where is he just going around the windmill itself? And is that what he's doing?
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
and there's from the picture you showed, you know, it looks like there are spots to look inside and kind of survey the place. Herbert has dark vision, so even if it's dark inside, you got to be able to at least see what's going on in there. I mean, he's basically looking for threats, looking for interesting things. He's flying around, seeing if there are any creatures in there.
And he kind of flies through where he can fly through a fairly large hole in the side of the windmill, and it has multiple stories. He doesn't see anything in there but debris, and as I say, you see some ruins to the left of the windmill, but you guys are still kind of down below this ridge, and you guys can't really see too much up there unless you go up there. But that's what Herbert sees.
Okay, so can I have Herbert go take a closer look at the ruins next to the windmill?
Yep.
I mean, to see, you know, what's there.
And you see ruins that looks like an old, kind of like an estate, almost like an old. It's not a castle, it's much smaller than a castle, but it's like a stone, the remains of a stone home that looked to you like at one point it was probably quite grand. And you see a lot of debris and stuff, and some water and debris in the ruins as well. You see like broken furniture that looks extremely just old and mold covered, and you see just junk debris from what Herbert can see. From
No
what
signs of life.
Nope.
Are the ruins? I mean, are the ruins bigger than the windmill?
No, the ruins look like there was maybe like a 1.5 story kind of stone home of some kind at one time. It looks very old.
But is the roof even on it anymore?
No,
Or is it,
no roof.
okay, so it's just knocked down to like a
Yeah.
foundation, or
There's walls. There's a little bit of walls that are partially intact.
okay. Any other interesting notes that Herbert can see by looking around and looking in things and
Well, so he's looking in the ruins. He's looking in the. He looked inside of the windmill, right?
can he go inside of the windmill and fly around, kind of look?
Yep.
Okay, I'll go ahead and have him do that.
I mean, do you have to see him to be able to?
It's within
No, 100 feet.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm just seeing through his eyes right now, so.
Yep. So he looks you send him in the main floor. It's kind of dark and gloomy in there, and you just see debris, broken stuff, and just debris. And you see what looks like a staircase going up to the second floor, and the second floor is open, almost like the second floor overlooked the first floor. And there's absolutely nothing in there but dried up old wood floorboards. And that's all he sees.
Okay, well, I'll bring him back and I'll just tell the party it's like it, that doesn't look like there's anything interesting in there. There's no signs of life. There's no glowing treasure chest. Just looks like this is just a bunch of junk.
You take a closer look and see what's in there.
Sure.
You're gonna walk up to the windmill?
Look up.
Right. Describe your order and what you're doing. I'll walk up. Who's going first?
Rega will walk.
Try to find an easy path up.
Yeah, so you're kind of going up a slanted ridge here, and you kind of come up to about here. Who else is going? Everyone's going. Okay. And when you get to about there, you see an opening. You see that this windmill is just very old. You do believe it was once a home. Look over to the left. You see these ruins are kind of like white stone, gray, like grayish, and some white stone. Looks very old. You can't see behind the windmill from where you are, but that's what you see from here.
As he like approaches, he kind of like is bending over, reaching down, touching the grass on the ground and everything. And it's almost like he's trying to reach out and listen to the nature around him and let it speak to him and get a sense of how is this just purely like naturally overgrown and everything and just run down, abandoned, hasn't been tended to in any way, or is there any kind of magical tampering that had been done in any way, or is it just purely a natural thing?
So this is an ability. This is just what you want to do.
Just a nature roll.
Okay, yeah. So give me a nature roll.
16.
You absolutely believe that this is all natural decay, natural overgrowth. You can barely make out what was once a like a stone path that led to the door. Yeah, that's it. You think this is all this windmill is probably 200-300 years old. Probably same for the ruins, roughly. I mean, that would be your estimation.
Any recent tracks or activity or footprints that any of us can see?
Where are you guys looking right now? Just in the front here?
Yeah.
We'll walk all around.
Okay.
Any recent like?
Well, you don't see anything in the front of this windmill or anything. You walk around back, and the grass is so tall. The grass is like 3 to 4 feet high. It's this tall grass, and you see all these other odd plants and trees. And do all of you go around back?
Are these like vines and stuff that are like overgrowing onto?
Yes, there are some vines that are grown up onto the windmill.
Would I be able to tell based on that, like how long they would have taken to grow that much and that far, and like how long this would have been abandoned for, in order for it to get to this?
Well,
point?
you think? Oh, how long was it actually abandoned for?
Like clearly it hasn't been attended to in any way. You know, nobody's trimming the bushes or anything like that.
I would say give me an investigation roll on that one.
Okay.
And anybody else can do the same. Whatever you guys want to do, just tell me what you want to do right now.
Yeah, I tell them about the overgrown nature around this windmill and how it looks like it's been abandoned and whatnot. And I'm trying to determine the age of it and whatnot, or how long it's been since it's been attended to.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just roll investigation, and I'm looking around, see if I can see anything that Herbert didn't see.
You're going where?
Well, we're all around the windmill right now, right?
Okay, so you guys are just looking all around the windmill, basically.
Yeah, we're all spread out.
When you guys walk, I'm gonna say Gray Mist. You when you walk around to the very edge over here, over the tall grass, you see smoke. A small amount of smoke, about 60 to 70 feet, straight off in that direction where you're looking. You cannot see what its source is because it's coming up over the tall grass. That's 3 to 4 feet high. You'd have to walk through, over there to see where the smoke is coming from. And this is something that Herbert didn't see because he didn't go around back and look in that direction. At least he didn't tell me that he did.
Well, I mean, he's got 100-foot range. I mean, I'm sending him up to scout to look in a 100-foot radius. I kind of figure that he would see the smoke, but okay, I understand. I mean, yeah. So I just alert the party. Yes, I see some. I go back and I'm like, yes, there's some smoke in that direction.
Okay, so you see the smoke, and then you don't see anything else that looks particularly unusual to you at the moment. The smoke kind of startles you. What?
So is this windmill like, can we go up inside of it?
Yeah, you can walk right through the open door.
Perhaps one of us should see if we can. I mean, is it still like? I mean, that picture looks like we could actually maybe climb up on top of it. Is it like that,
Yeah,
or is it
you-
pretty
you-
well dilapidated inside?
So what Gramus told you what Herbert saw was stairs that were dilapidated that went up to the second level, and the first main floor was where all the debris was. You didn't see anything on the second floor. The second floor was kind of open, overlooking the main floor below it, and that's all Herbert really saw.
I guess my thought was maybe one of us can climb up to the top of the windmill and get a better vantage point, potentially, if that's possible.
You
Bird
you'd
could
have to
probably
go
do that.
inside.
Yeah, or
Um,
to send Herbert up again to maybe get a better look at the.
And Gramus just tells you all that there is smoke 50 feet away coming up from the grass behind the windmill.
Should we go there?
I'll check that out.
But whatever, yeah, just tell me what you want to do.
I'm kind of curious how what this smoke is.
Okay, so let's roll initiative.
I'll go over there with you.
Finally, decent roll. 17.
That's 17 for Gregor.
11.
11.
8 for Graham.
Ah,
One.
oh, the one.
Oh,
You and me,
one.
Ruafa.
Oh, one.
All right. So that's going to be Anon, I think.
I'll head over to towards the smoke. Try to find the source of it.
Okay. You start walking over there. You see the smoke. It's a small amount of smoke that's coming straight up. And you get to a certain location where you peer through the grass. Like it's not above you, but you're looking, and you kind of see ahead. You see a small tent, and there's a very small fire burning in front of it. And the tent is kind of the front part of the tent is canvas that's open, and you don't see anything. You just see that tent and the fire. Very small campfire.
How small are we talking?
The tent is small. The tent is like this high off the ground. It's just below the grass line, which is why you couldn't see the tent until you got closer to it.
And the fire's still going.
And the fire's right in front of it, and it's a very small fire that's burning.
Does it look like there's any food or anything left over or anything else?
Nope. But what you do notice is you notice separation in the grass off to the right, as if somebody had separated the grass and moved through it. You do notice that.
I'll call out and say, "Is there anybody here?"
And you don't get a response, but you hear rustling in the grass in the direction where it was pulled apart.
Show yourself. We mean you no harm.
Suddenly a head pops up, just the top, and he's just barely able to look over the grass. It's the head of a dwarf.
Hello, dwarf. My name is Anon. I'm here investigating this windmill we just saw, and noticed your campfire here. Don't mean you any harm, though.
And he says he's looking at you, and he starts to part the grass, and he comes over to you. He's walking towards you, and as he gets closer, you see that he has a short sword in his hand, and he says, "Who are you?"
My name is Anon. I am a druid of the Circle of Stars.
Druid. Are there others with you?
There are.
He comes up, and he walks right up to you. And he says,
All I have is a staff in my hand.
and he says, "Well met. I'm Tascabel. What are you doing here?"
We were merely passing by when we saw this windmill, and thought we would take a closer look at it, and noticed your campfire.
"Are you adventurers?" And he kind of looks over in the direction of the party and kind of sees their heads above the grass line.
Indeed we are.
I see. And he gets kind of excited. And he rubs his hands together. He says, may I meet your party?
Well, what about you? What are you doing here? And is there anyone else with you?
No, it's just me. I am a ranger, hunter. And I have something that might interest you. Please, can we speak?
Of course. What might that be?
And he says, come. He kicks dirt over his fire to put it out. He comes walking with you over to the party by the windmill. And he looks at all of you. He says, I am Taskabel. And he's got leather armor on, and he's a dwarf. He's kind of got golden hair with a long beard, short sword, and a short bow. And he says, yes, you are adventurous. Well, perhaps you've come to the right place. Come, see what I've found. And he walks up to all of you, and he takes a piece of parchment out of his pocket. He says, look at here. Look. And this is what he says to you. He says, I am Taskabel. I am a ranger. I found this map. It has led me here to this old windmill. I was 3 days travel west of here. I came upon the bodies of 4 slain orcs in a small valley. I searched their bodies. And I found this map. He shows the map to you guys, and he points on it, and he says, these orcs were stupid. Look, the fools went to the wrong location. This is a treasure map. You see, the map has been folded. Look here. Probably for a very long time. You see the red X, and he points, he's showing you this map, and he's telling you it's a treasure map. And it's been folded in half, and there's a red X on the lower right side, and part of it has been torn off, so you can kind of only see part of the red X on the right side, but there's an imprint on the left side where it was folded. And he tells you, he says, the orcs thought the treasure was there, but that is the imprint from the real location, which is where we stand now. This old window. Yes, the orcs were too dumb to realize it. This is the correct
Do
location.
them and
It's the location of the red X. There may be treasure in this windmill. And he says, do you see it? Can you see? And he holds it up for you guys to see.
So you're doing more than just hunting for small game, huh?
Says, indeed.
you're an adventurer then, I take it.
I am. I'm a ranger. Like many here in the Wildlands. You guys know there's tons of rangers and druids in the Wildlands. And he says, I am indeed a treasure hunter. He said, look at the map. You can see it's a treasure map, and this is the location. And you see the windmill, and it says Galdrius Estate. And he says, and it's an old-looking map, and it's real faded, and even the red ink and everything is it's just barely noticeable. And he's showing it to you. He's holding it up.
Does this guy seem mischievous in any way? Does it seem like he's trying to trick us or anything?
You can do an insight roll.
It is 19.
And you get the impression at the moment that he's being truthful. And he says, I have attempted to enter the windmill. I also investigated the ruins. He says, I found this letter. Look. And he shows you the letter.
All right.
The letter reads, my dearest Glinny, I am frightened. Mira is no longer herself. She has now fully embodied the spirit of pure evil. I fear... Sorry, I can barely see this. 1 second. And he says, and the letter says, I fear she must be killed. She tried to kill me. She would kill us all, I'm afraid. We must leave this place at once. Remain in Faniskull. I've informed the guards about Miera. I have the family valuables, all of it. I cannot bring it with us. The risk is too high. It shall remain here, hidden in a safe location until you come for it. In a 10-day, please come to retrieve our valuables. Given you have never traveled here, I've included a map. It will guide you. Remain safe and be kind to yourself. Please do think of Miera. She is gone forever. I bid you my heartfelt condolences. Dearest love, Miriel. And the letter is so old, and it's dated from 170 years ago.
Jeez.
And he tells you, he says, perhaps this treasure that the letter mentions is here somewhere. When I entered the windmill, I saw nothing but debris. I managed to make myself to the second floor, and I saw a small hole in the ceiling. When I looked up, I saw a glowing light that came towards me. I got scared and ran. There's something in the windmill.
This glowing light did not pursue you.
I do not think it did, no. And it was coming from a very small hole in the ceiling. And he says the hole is very hard to see because it's so dark in there. It's just, it's not quite darkness, but it's pretty close. And he's showing you this map, and he says, there could be treasure here. Perhaps if we find it, we can split it.
I think we need to figure out what this glowing thing is.
Well, I could use my divine sense, but if it's behind total cover, I can't sense it.
I think we need to head into the windmill.
And he said, so he said he got scared when he went in there, and he briefly looked at the ruins and didn't find anything.
Well, I wouldn't mind taking a closer look and seeing what that is.
I kind of have to agree with you.
You're going to go into, and he says, mind yourself, be cautious.
I'll head.
Something must be in there.
I'll head to the windmill, and Nog wants to join me. If anybody else wants to join us,
Let's stick together on this.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I'll go along.
Okay, so you guys enter.
We'll enter the windmill. Yes.
So you go in. All right. Oh, man.
Strange.
Ooh, cool.
Strange letter. Foreboding.
And this is what you see. And so you see nothing, but you see a broken cabinet, chairs, leaves, dirt, vines are growing all over. And you look up to the second floor, and below the second floor is just an empty space with more debris. And the staircase looks very damaged. Doesn't look good at all, but he said he was able to get up it. And this is what you see at the moment. He said he got up to the second floor and barely was able to make out a hole in the ceiling. He said he saw a faint glow that seemed to be coming towards him, and he ran away.
That was foolish.
Are we
So
able
you
to
guys want to give me an order? What?
Are we able to see anything up above us? Or is...
You can only see up into the second floor. It's kind of it's very dim and dark up there. It's just another level.
Yeah.
But he told you that there was nothing up there on the second floor except for he said there was a pile of hay and he said a couple of bottles, like little bottles. But there was a pile of hay. He said he saw up there,
Like at the top of that staircase, you're saying? That's what he
yeah.
saw?
This is up to the second floor.
I say we just keep moving ahead and go up the stairs, but stick together.
you want to be front, Gregor?
I'll be at the rear.
Yeah, I'll go in the front.
Okay.
I'll be behind Gregor.
And you guys go up, and the stairs are very, very rickety, but you get up there, and you're up on the second floor, and it's quite dark up here. And you do see a hay pile over in the corner, and then as you walk down a little bit further, you do see in the dim light, you do see a small hole in the ceiling. Here's the hay pile, some bottles, and this is the hole in the ceiling.
So there's no. How tall is the ceiling?
It's about 10 feet.
So we can't. There's no way up in there. There's not like a.
No.
Okay.
He says, Toskabel says, there was the light from through this hole. And he's kind of almost behind you guys, and he looks a little scared. And says, I saw it. It's a faint glow.
Are you guys able to see in the dark okay?
I cast light.
So
Want to take a look up in there?
one thing you have to tell me is with my divine sense, I can sense something unless it's behind total cover. So, like, since there's an opening in the ceiling, can I use it to see what's up above?
Yeah, I would say that if there was something up there, it would be behind full cover. Yeah.
So how are we going to get up there?
I'll just go directly underneath and take a look up. Do I see any glowing or anything?
What are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna go directly underneath the hole and look up. Do I see any glowing? or
You
anything?
see the faintest subtle light coming from somewhere up there. You do not. It's so faint you can barely notice it, but you can see it.
Seems like there is something up there.
Can I send Herbert up to see what's up there?
You can, and just so you know, Roy. By the way, does Herbert have?
He has
Herbert-
dark vision. Yeah. I guess kind of the point of having him as a familiar is that he can scout things and see things. So
Yeah, I know the point of it. I just didn't. The room was dark.
he's
guess
got
that-
he's got dark vision out to 120 feet. So
Okay. I didn't realize that, but he possibly could have seen the hole. I guess if you just, I guess I felt there wasn't quite enough information about where he was looking, but that he may have seen it.
I mean, it's one of those things, and it's just sort of like when I'm sending him out scouting. I don't know how specific I've got to be about what he's looking at, because when we originally were looking at the windmill, I'm sending him up above the windmill, scouting the whole general area, looking inside the windmill, perching, flying inside, flying out of it, all those sorts of things. And that's essentially what
Okay.
what the point
Okay.
of having him is to scout out these areas.
Sure. Okay. Well, you would have seen this. I guess you can fly him up now.
Okay, I'll go ahead and I'll just sit down and I'll see through Herbert's eyes and I'll send him at the hole and see.
And you fly him up, and he sees a humanoid, translucent female figure, and it's hovering in the air in the corner.
Okay.
And it's staring directly at Herbert. It's just floating and hovering and staring right at Herbert.
Okay. Herbert's gonna skedaddle back down the hole.
And as Herbert starts to go down, you see through its eyes that the creature began to move towards Herbert.
Okay.
And so are you going to bring him back down?
Yeah, yeah. I'll bring him back down, and I'll pop out of my trance, and I'll say
And he
there's a
comes down, and right after him, you see a translucent, glowing figure of a female come out of the hole, and it comes down. Roll initiative.
Okay. This is a special creature.
Come on, Gregor.
Finally.
You can do it. Oh, so you can do it. Sure, I'll be last again.
Probably.
Roll the 3. My God, Gregor blows. That's initiative.
Gregor rolled a 3.
I rolled.
Hey, Gregor, look at that.
Yeah, I should just go at the bottom of the initiative. I don't even roll anymore.
No, you got a 16. I got a 10.
Ramus got a 10. Ruatha?
I rolled a 17.
Renan,
Ah, very
17 and on.
16.
16.
Hey, a lot of 16s. 16's lucky number.
Oh! Okay.
The glowing
This
figure
creature-
rolled a 20, right?
He rolled a 20.
Yeah, there it is.
All right, so all right, here we go, man.
Bummer.
This is a special creature.
And everybody needs to make a DC, or excuse me, a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. You roll. Nope, that's not a good roll. I got a 10.
14.
10, a 14, and on.
All right, what am I saving for?
Constitution.
Constitution.
So let me describe. So this floating figure comes down very kind of slowly right after Herbert comes down. And she comes down and she sees you all and she just lets out a loudest wail that you have ever heard. And yeah,
I got 12.
Oh, Gregor needs to roll.
12.
Should I wait for him? I'll wait for him.
Yeah, sorry, Pat went
Nope.
upstairs. Give me a second.
Oh, no, Gregor, his Constitution. Okay. I thought you meant his initiative.
This is what she looks like.
Ah!
Oh, man.
I know what this is, I think.
And she comes down and just goes, all right, Gregor. So you have to make a Constitution saving throw as this creature came out of the hole,
Don't you have an aura?
and
I do.
she lets
How
out
far is that aura?
a deathly, profoundly loud wail that goes far beyond piercing your eardrums.
Does Herbert have to roll a saving throw as well?
Yes.
Aura of.
I mean, he's
protection.
considered a creature,
Correct.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So I'll roll it for him here.
How much is that?
Be a D20 minus 1.
3 to all saving throws. Anybody within 10 feet.
So that would make mine 15 then.
Yeah.
Okay, you got a
Herbert rolled a 6.
You guys are all around.
Herbert
me.
rolled a 6.
Not everybody.
Pretty close. Is this a 10-foot radius?
Well,
You get +3. you
well,
said?
wait. We'll see
Yeah,
where he
this
is
is a
first.
10-foot radius, eh?
Make sure it's
Get
centered.
near me.
Make sure it's centered on yourself. So it's those 3.
Those 3. Okay, so you guys get that's Anon, Toskobble, and this is
That's me.
Renard. You guys get +3. Okay, so let me roll for Toskobble.
Or would you rather be in my aura of conquest?
You have both auras up, technically.
Oh.
Well, first you have to
okay.
be frightened.
So
So I with that I rolled a 16.
16. You rolled a 12.
15.
What did you
This
roll?
is a
Greg?
con save.
Yep.
Oh boy. Ooh.
And that would be I got a +4 on con, 15, so that'll be an 18.
Okay, and Ruatha, what did you roll?
5 with the.
Okay,
22.
you don't get that, but you don't. Okay, and
Why?
what did you-
Why don't I get it?
Because you're not within
you're
10
out
feet.
of the radius.
Well, we're just gonna go with that for now.
From now on, I mean,
You were successful anyway.
Yeah.
So, Gray Mist, what did you roll?
I think you guys had to be going.
I rolled a 10, and
Okay,
Herbert rolled a 6. So
okay. So Toscobble, Herbert, and Gray Mist, you fall to 0 hit points.
Oh,
You just collapse. So does Toscobble, and so does Herbert.
well, Herbert's gone.
Herbert's gone. So unfortunately, Gray Mist, the whale. So she lets out a wail that is so blood curdling, horrific, and loud, and you just fall down, and you drop to 0 hit points, and that is her action. Renard, you are up.
Huh.
And Gray Mist, you see Gray Mist just fall to the ground, unconscious.
I'm gonna walk up to Gray Mist. Well, actually, I'm right next to her, anyways. I'm gonna go to her and I'm gonna healing word on her. Cure wound. Sorry.
Okay, so you're doing cure wounds
This is my action now.
on
Ye-
Gray Mist.
healing word to be a bonus action.
Yeah, but I want to heal you a little more.
Oh,
You heal 9.
all right. Thank you, sir.
Yes, that's my action. So
Okay, so Gray Mist kind of Renard comes casts a spell and Gray Mist kind of comes out of it. And anything else?
Thank you, Renard.
yes, for my bonus action, I don't know if you allow this. Can I pull her to her feet? I don't have
Pull
any
Gray Mist to
Yeah.
her feet.
because I don't have a bonus action or a movement really.
You can do that.
Okay, so I'll do that with my bonus
I'm
action.
not going to require a roll on that.
I'll pull her to her
He
feet.
pulls you up, and Gray Mist is like, "What the heck just happened?"
All right, that's my turn for now.
Okay, and on.
What the heck just happened?
Roger?
Yep. The spirit is just floating with its hands. Like,
Okay. Man, I'm not sure how to play this thing exactly.
I don't like this thing either.
You know what? I'll try a guiding bolt at him.
Oh, because you're a yeah.
a guiding bolt.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I pulled out my staff and kind of make a few points in the sky, kind of like I'm tapping at something, and then a beam of light shoots out at it, and make an attack roll here.
Does anything happen to us on a success,
So
or we just succeed against them, right?
it's 11 to hit.
11 to hit. That misses.
Damn.
Kind of dodges out of the way.
I am going to.
Oh, do you want to pull the mat back up?
Oh, yeah, sorry. That's a good idea.
I'm gonna try to stay within the aura, but I want to move just a little bit closer to this thing. So I want to move towards it, like maybe 10 feet.
Okay. So you're going to move closer?
Yeah, these are are these
Yeah. Well, I see now that I did not put that grid in there correctly, but yeah, that's about 10 feet.
Then I'm going to use my bonus action to telekinetically try to shove it, which is saving throw on its part. DC 15 strength saving throw,
Okay.
and I'm going to try to push it towards me.
It needs to make a DC 15 strength saving throw. Nope. Does not make it.
So then it comes 5 feet closer to me.
So is she, what is it doing exactly? Is it restraining her or something, or what?
No, it's just it's a push or a pull. As a bonus action, you can try to telekinetically shove one creature that you can see within 30 feet of you. When you do so, the target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be moved 5 feet toward you or away from
Okay, so you move her towards you?
I already moved her.
Oh, okay. Okay. Anything else, Anon?
you. That'll be it.
Okay. Next up is Ruatha.
How far away is it from me?
You're about 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. You're about 25 feet.
All right, I'll go up. Action. Put a curse on.
We can see each of us are 10.
Can I assume that this is some sort
We don't really know what it is.
You can, I mean, you can make a check on that if you want. I guess you can, yeah.
curse it though?
Curse it.
I curse you.
Curses.
Okay.
So my crit range on it is now 9. So I'll move up to it and strike it with my.
Okay.
I curse you. Curse you. Curses. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep them dogs rolling, rolling, rolling.
Cast booming blade at the.
Blade.
Boom.
Blade.
Right.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Only 4 things.
Okay. Anything else?
I'll step back 5 feet then.
And then because he's on dash.
Gotcha.
You're a fancy lad.
Okay.
Fancy
Gray
footwork.
Mist. With yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna back up closer to the stairs, but have clear line of sight.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna cast Tasha's Mind Whip. So first thing it needs to do is make an intelligence 16 saving throw.
Okay. It fails.
Okay. So it is first of all, we're going to do some psychic damage to it. Let's see here. 3rd level. So we'll go be 3 dice 6. So it's going to take 14 points of damage.
Psychic damage. Okay.
Yep, psychic damage. And it cannot take a reaction until the end of its next turn. And on its next turn, it's got to choose whether it gets a move, an action, or a bonus action. It only gets one of the 3.
Okay. Got it.
So, but it does not get reactions until the end of its next turn. So,
Okay.
and I believe I don't think I want to use my meta magic feat yet. Well, maybe I will. Might as well. Hold on a second here. No, actually, no, I won't. Nope. So that'll be the end of my turn.
That's it. Okay. You go to Gregor.
Gregor will.
We'll just say like move 5.
Well, this thing out. I can't tell. There's just like 5, 10, 15. Okay. Okay, so I move up to, and I speak the name Miara
Okay.
and see what happens.
When you do that, the only thing that happens is she goes. It's the only thing that happens.
a little bit of like recognition of that?
She reacted to it, but not in a clear way. But she reacted.
Okay. I must put you out of your misery. And you know what? I'm torn between rolling real dice and fake dice.
What would you roll?
I'm gonna do it.
Hey. Well,
15.
Seen hits.
Okay.
Now, what are you hitting her with?
My great sword, which is +1.
+1. Okay.
this makes a difference.
Which is
Magical.
+1. And you see again as I must put you out of your misery. And again, my sword glows with a radiant light. As I strike her using a 2nd level divine smite. So she is going
That's going to be
take
5d8.
So first it's the sword damage. Oh, it's right. So that'll be 4 + 4, 8. 8, and then the divine smite is it 3d8?
Well, it's 2d8 first level.
2d, yeah, so 3d8.
Well, it's this thing undead.
Well,
So you-
is it? I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna know when I hit it because I do more damage against undead.
Okay.
So it's 4d8 then, right?
Yeah, if it's undead.
2d8 2nd level, 3d8 undead, 48.
Oh my.
So
Wow.
okay. So that's 16, 23
Additional damage.
20,
No, you already did that.
I know, but I'm just tallying it up here. So 23, 31 on the,
31
on the first hit.
points of damage.
30 on total.
It's on
Yeah.
the first hit only.
First hit.
Excellent, Gregor.
So you hit her and she goes back and just.
Paladins do not like undead, man.
Damn.
Oh, and a critical miss.
Oh, no.
Well, that was enough damage, I guess. So, and then
He's got more.
she can't take a reaction, so I could technically back up from her without an opportunity attack. So I'm just try to figure this out. Okay, I can still back up. I'm gonna back up like 10 feet. I want to stay where these guys can stay within my aura, so these two guys can stay in it.
They can stay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Anon and Roth, I can stay within my aura.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
All right. We go back to the top. And you all must make a wisdom saving throw as she just her head and her body morphs into the most horrific visage you've ever seen. And she's just kind of looking, you're all looking at her, and she takes on this crazy incorporeal demonic presence, and you must
Is that a wisdom save?
wisdom save.
Okay, so Roth and Anon, you get a +3 to that. So
19.
19.
I ain't gonna do it.
No.
I failed.
I rolled a 21.
Ruatha,
13.
what did you roll?
13.
And Gramus.
17.
So Gregor, you're frightened,
Impossible.
and
That's
basically-
unheard of.
That's improbable.
Highly improbable.
you just laid waste to her almost, and now you're frightened by her because of this visage.
I imagine, like,
Visage.
I don't know, like when I say her name or something, maybe there's a memory that pops into my head of
Ah, yeah.
knowing if this is who we think it is.
Well,
You know, just the great evil of this innocent female being, assuming turned into this creature.
and so you just basically try to get the hell away.
I start crying. Oh no,
So
please!
Don't kill me.
Oh,
Stay away.
horrible.
yeah.
Horribly
All right.
frightened.
So Gregor is frightened. He's basically trying to get away from her. Renard.
Get out of my way!
I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna cast.
You're gonna cast
I'm gonna cast shit. I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt at second level. At
should
it.
cast protection from evil.
Guiding bolt at second level.
That is a. I mean, if that doesn't hit, then I'll be surprised. That's a 24.
Yeah, that hits.
If that doesn't hit, then we have problems.
What's that?
Heroism?
I do have heroism.
Oh, okay. Well, that should do it.
Is that a bonus action or I gotta?
That's an action.
I think it's an action.
Yeah, I guess I can reverse it. on
10.
myself.
20.
I can save.
20 points of damage.
20 radiant damage.
Describe what happens.
Wow.
Whoa.
So I have to clutch my cross a little bit, and then I pull it out, and from the red gem, basically this beam of radiant light flies through here and hits the thing, and it just dissipates it.
So,
Excellent.
oh, the soul of Miera. Been here for 170 years. Vaporizes by Renard's incredible guiding bolt.
Yes. Die.
And it just it vaporizes. And okay, so you see this. Koskovel's basically dead. Unless you want to revive him. I'm gonna go ahead and just I'll just let
Wait.
He's
I already.
dead, so-
Wait, you leave him for dead? Sorry, guy.
just leave him for death. Koskovel's just laying there unconscious.
Hey, we don't have to pay him.
The
Take
split
his
a lot
fair
better.
share of the gold.
Cast Cure Wounds on him.
I say not.
Oh, that's
Let him rest.
Oh, he's a pirate.
Fate is with the Raven Queen.
Okay, you gonna give him a good berry?
I'm a good
All right, so Anon walks up to him and kind of puts a good berry in his mouth and squeezes the juice in there.
Oh,
And
the waste of a good berry.
It's got
oh,
the,
he kind of wakes up.
it's got the juice.
Says, "My goodness, what has happened?
It's dead.
You killed it."
Yes.
And he
Yeah, no thanks to you. You were no help at all.
got barely any energy at all.
You just died. That's what happened.
You're hopeless.
And
Thanks for showing us the map, but we would.
Thanks for nothing.
you have revived me. My goodness, I can't believe. Did you find the treasure?
No.
That's the first thing he basically says to
You
you.
ain't found shit,
Still
pal.
on the ground. The treasure.
Treasure.
Treasure, the treasure.
You know what?
My
It's probably
precious.
that hole up there.
Did you go up and see?
Nope.
Treasure.
You care to take a look?
He's kind of just laying on the ground still.
So
He's-
I
still
kind
hurting.
of signal to Ruatha to come over, and I kind of put my hands together to kind of give him a boost up there.
Dude, for who?
For Ruatha, I'll boost him up.
You're gonna boost up
Through
Ruatha.
that
Ruatha,
hole.
you heading up there?
Right.
All right.
So I kind of put my hands together, like finger lock, and like
All right. So Gregor, this muscular with his muscular biceps, he comes up there and he locks them together, and Ruatha, you just throw it up and he throws you up, and you get up in there. And 1 second.
actually maybe it wasn't a good idea to throw him up there.
So yeah. So you go up there and you see an empty room. You don't see anything. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's an old rug, 3 empty bottles, and a lot of dust. That's what's up there that you can see.
So she was up there for 175 years. Just a spirit.
Time to roast the
Dwelling
dwarf.
in her home ever since
Oh.
they abandoned it.
I'll throw a rope down for anyone who gate with me.
Okay, so he throws a rope down, and you guys, whoever wants to go up can. It's the same.
I'll go up there.
It's not quite as big as here, because it goes up like this a little, so it's a smaller area. But there's nothing up there. But you see one rug, debris, dust, a couple bottles.
bottles empty.
Yes. One of them's broken. Another one's empty.
I'll move the rug around and see if there's anything.
And you move the
behind
rug,
it
and
underneath it.
nothing but a dirty floor underneath it.
Does it seem like there might be any kind of hidden cupboards or anything like that?
So you can roll and make me roll an investigation check.
Who's up there with me again? Rotha?
Ruatha's up there with you.
Rotha, you want to help me check for any kind of hidden trap doors or any hidden passages or cupboards or anything?
You know what? Make that a perception roll.
Sure.
Ruatha, you want to make a perception roll?
Yeah, hang on.
And you hear Toscabo. Did you find it?
20.
There.
I say, shut him up.
Hold
He
on, hold
annoys
on.
me to no end.
And he's still on the ground holding himself. He's still kind of sick. And
Still bleeding out. Good.
Yeah. They were quiet over there. Don't you worry.
Head.
I'm rolling what? Investigation?
Perception.
Perception? All right.
I give that toss cobble.
An 11.
Here, chew on this.
I'm going to
Okay.
start rolling at home here, guys.
24.
24. So you're just looking for things out of the ordinary, things that look strange, and you see nothing at all. You're pretty convinced there's nothing up here.
Yeah, nothing
And
else up there.
Nothing to see. Nothing to see.
And you guys come down, and Toscabo, is it there? Did you find it?
Shut up. No.
No.
And he
It's nothing.
just puts his head down. He says, I cannot believe it. He looks at all of you and says, my apologies. I can't believe it. This is a treasure map. In this letter. The letter says there's a treasure here.
Are you sure you're reading that correctly?
Read it for yourself. He hands it to you.
It's in common, right?
Yeah.
Does it actually mention specifically a treasure?
It says, it mentions Miera that they had to leave the house and they couldn't take the family valuables, and that they were to be come and picked up in a 10-day. And that's all it says. It says that the person Miera was turned into an evil presence.
Snipe hunt.
They abandoned the mill.
And the map had an X on the windmill.
It had the X was right in this area, and it kind of like crossed over the windmill. Yeah, it was like
Well, maybe it's in those ruins next door. You never know.
We just need to search this whole area pretty thoroughly.
yeah. So you're convinced there's nothing else in this windmill.
Yeah.
If you want, you want to search the area. Where do you guys want to? What do you want to do? I couldn't hear. 1 second. Tell me what you're going to do.
I just tell the dwarf, I'm like, well, it seems like there is no treasure. It doesn't even sound like that's what they were referring to in the letter. I think you merely had to abandon this place hastily, so.
If they came
Perhaps-
back to pick up the silverware and the china.
And he looks so sad, and he looks so disappointed. Like he just puts his hands in his head like this, and
I think you may
shaking
have
his head.
been quick to judgment there. Reading.
He says, "Are we certain that there's
Perhaps
nowhere
we
else?"
should look in the actual house itself where they lived, right? They didn't live in the windmill, did they?
I mean, somebody
Isn't
lives
there
here.
a structure on the ground?
There's ruins. There's ruins that are like right over that you guys saw when you came in.
that look like that was their residence at one
It,
point?
it was you believe it was at one point a very grand residence. Yeah.
How long ago did it say it was?
The letter was dated 170 years ago. And when you look at the ruins, the walls have collapsed and the ceiling has collapsed, but it looks like, it's not like it's 1,000 years old or anything. It looks like it's probably around the same.
1,000-year-old windmill.
Dust.
It would be dust.
Or I mean, the ruins,
Yeah.
the stone ruins.
I
So
say,
what would you like to do?
Let's go.
Burn this thing down, man.
Let's go check those ruins. Maybe that's where the treasure is. Maybe there's a trap door in the floor. Or
I mean, we won't know until we
something
try.
missed, a crypt. I don't know.
We won't know until we try.
So
This poor dwarf is going to have a nervous breakdown if we don't find this treasure.
so you're talking. He says the ruins. I looked in the ruins. And he just puts his head down again and shakes his head. He's so beside himself.
Well, we won't know. Well, maybe he didn't check thoroughly enough. Maybe he's horrible at finding things.
Did you find anything of value at all while you were looking around? Any jewelry or any coins, even a few copper?
Unfortunately, no. I thought it was in the attic.
Nothing at all.
Can I roll an insight check against that?
I roll one on that too.
25.
Yeah,
Seems pretty safe.
absolutely. Yeah,
All right.
and he says that he says the ruins are partially flooded and there's crap all over the place. There's just junk. There's just junk.
Crack.
all over.
Crack house, man.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you want to do?
Wait. You have a treasure map and there's no treasure. So we basically just put our lives on the line for a lie.
Well, he's
Who died because of this?
Yeah. He actually died because of it.
Yeah.
he died basically.
And-
that was about it.
Our accountant Grey Mist,
just
which
been
is
a-
a
it would've
party
been a-
foul every time.
Poor Gramus died too.
Yeah,
Right.
I did.
We're not a worthy
I was
adventurer.
I was saved at the last moment.
What would you
Fire
like
right
to
now.
do?
I would say he cannot join our party because of that.
Yeah. Just went on a wild goose chase.
Yeah,
He's
tell me
been-
go hunt for herbs in the forest, Ranger.
Because
You are blackballed from this party.
he says there was a door in the ruins that led to nowhere. But he said if you want to go investigate it, you can. What do you guys want to do?
I say we just do one last thorough search of that ruins,
I think that's a good idea.
All right.
Maybe he missed something.
So you guys walk. Is that what you're all going to do?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're all going to walk over. You walk out of the windmill and you go over to the other side here in the ruins. And here's the ruins. And you walk in kind of over here, and you can. This is what it looks like, right? Okay. And like I said, the walls are about, in some places, about 6-7 feet tall. Some of them they're 2 feet tall. Most of the ruins walls are collapsed, so the ceiling's completely gone. What do you want to do? Just tell me where you want to go.
Investigate.
You look through here and you see, more ancient, destroyed furniture, a couple of, like a bench. You see a fireplace that is completely broken apart. There's a couple of chairs. There's actually some crates. Lots of vegetation is growing in here. There's a couple spider webs. And you see, when you walk over to this area, you see that it's partially flooded. And you see 2 fishing rods, which kind of find to be kind of weird, but this is all you see so far. So you see, there's basically vines growing all around in here, ivy. There's weeds and stuff. There is a bench. There's a dilapidated fireplace, a bunch of broken glass, and a bunch of spider webs. Who would like to do what?
Bernard, do you perceive anything evil?
That's more, I think, Gregor's domain, but sure.
Both holy for Pete.
I suppose you're correct.
I am correct.
You're
I can
both
do it.
holy rollers.
You know it. I could do a divine sense. I mean, that'll tell me.
You're holier than thee.
Holier than thou.
You're gonna go ahead and cast it,
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like a
or it's an ability.
it's an ability I have. Yeah.
You do not sense any.
No evil. No evil.
No
Ron.
undead or no.
No undead. No celestial.
Good. They properly went to see the Raven Queen.
Brandon, you guys have entered the ruins
So we saw where are the fishing poles and stuff,
right here,
and then
and this is kind of a flood.
Oh, yeah, there are the
There's
fishing
all
poles.
this collapsed rock, guys, and around the rock, you see water. It's flooded over here. There's a big crate here, but it's empty. This is a fireplace. This is the bench, and that's really it. That's all you really see in here, other than a bunch of weeds and vegetation and vines.
okay.
Vines are very.
They are kind of creeping vines, but they're
That's very funny, Ruatha.
Well,
anything. Does anybody want to do anything?
I mean, I guess I'll just sort of
Yeah,
wander
we're
around.
all
do
just
an
kind of all
investigation.
we're all
I mean,
investigating and
Okay, where and how? Like,
Yeah, I mean, can we just take like 10 minutes of game time to look around, investigate? Just
okay.
look at the
So,
look at,
so tell me who's going to go where? Who's going to look where? Graymus, you go first.
Okay, well, I guess I'll just sort of look over on, I don't know, this side, somewhere over here, kind of
Go
looking.
over here.
Yeah, I mean, just see if I, there are any niches or.
So there's a large amount of stone debris from a crumbled wall and ceiling, and a flooded area. It's got water. And you notice that it was flooded outside this, and it's flooded inside as well, the interior.
And these are fishing poles. Is that what you said?
You do see two like fishing poles. There, they are in a broken chair.
That's a broken chair. The fishing poles are. Where are they? Are they over by the water?
Well, they're kind of like right here, actually.
They look
hard.
really, really old.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they look old and broken.
And this is just sort of flooded area. There's no indication that there are stairs going down or anything like that.
The water is dark. You can't. There's no stairs here. There's stairs on the other side, but they don't go anywhere. There's no second floor.
Is the water still?
I was thinking more like stairs going down. Like, is there any indication that there's like a cellar?
No,
Yeah,
not that you can see. No, I mean there's nothing like that.
So
Okay,
this is
Uh,
fireplace.
But
that's all.
you can't. Like I said, the water's dark. There's lots of vegetation, crowding around the walls, and yeah. I mean that's.
Yeah, I mean, unless there's something, or you want me to roll for anything. That's. I mean,
Well,
I see what I
guess, like,
see. So.
you're over here searching, but like just describe what you're doing though.
I'm looking on the ground. I'm looking at the, kind of going through the debris, just looking to see if there's anything interesting to find.
Okay.
if I look it up, but I don't.
Roll me
Don't you know what you're looking for? Pretty
roll me an investigation check, Roy.
Okay. That's only a 10. That stinks.
Okay. Yeah, you don't.
That's
What is he
stinks.
searching for?
He's just kind of searching all through this debris and right. And you're just looking through. See where my finger is, Roy?
Yeah.
So you're looking kind of all around here and in the rocks here, or what?
Yeah, that's all I'm doing. See if there's anything in the debris that's worth
I'm
that's
gonna go
notable
to
at
the
all.
water.
Okay. And I'm gonna. So it's dark water.
It is.
I'm gonna kind of. I'll take the hand. I kind of rummage through the water, see if I feel anything.
So roll me a investigation check.
19.
You see two chain links as you move the water with your hand, and there's
Yeah.
all this silt and debris
Yes.
in the water, and you as you do that, you spot two thick chain links in the water.
So I go. I think I found something here. Chain links. Check hole. Oh, hold on there.
And
How much water is located there?
it's not it's the water's only about this deep, and the chain links are kind of laying in there, and you kind of pull the links up, and they're fastened to something in the ground.
Maybe that's the plug.
I was just gonna say that's gonna. Whenever we unplugged, all that water's gonna rush down there, which may not matter. But
And the thing that it's fastened to the ground, you can clear away the silt more.
I do.
You see that it's a square hole, but it's partially covered by that rubble.
So I kind of go over to the rubble.
It's attached to something square shaped in the ground that's about 1.5 feet by 1.5 feet.
So I call everyone over. I go. The only thing I think of is lifting this up, but I don't know if that's a good idea.
is there rubble on top of?
There's a little bit of rubble on top of this square piece in the ground.
which is underwater.
Yes. And you have to like brush away the silt
Yeah.
to really be able to see it.
Should we take the
Maybe you two can work together on that and try pulling it up and see what happens. Or see where it goes to.
You're gonna try to pull on the chain.
on the square?
Well, there's a piece of rubble on top of this.
There's
Trapdoor
a
that we
on
assume is a
a
trapdoor.
section of it. So imagine it's
Okay.
about 2 feet by 2 feet.
Yeah.
There's a chain. There's two chain links in it,
Right.
and some of the rubble over a square.
I mean, do we need to move that rubble off?
Yeah,
before?
you think that you would have to move
Okay,
the rubble.
so I mean, the water's not that deep.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
so I'll walk in the water and I'll see if I can just kind of move.
Okay,
some
so
of
you
the
start.
rubble
You
off this
do,
thing.
and you start moving some of the boulders and some of the collapsed rock, and now you feel like you've cleared away around the square, whatever it is. It seems like it's a trap door. That's what it seems
Yeah,
like to you.
right. So, yeah, that we can call one of the horses over.
Why do you want to call one of the horses over?
Well, in case we can't pull this thing open, clip the chains on the horse. And they can just
I suppose.
So I guess we'll try. You know,
You can just grab the chain
I say,
and try
yeah,
to pull
I
it.
say,
You guys are
But-
strong.
By
We're not-
any means,
get rid of this chain.
All right, I'll grab it.
Unless
Only really
Ron
only
wants to turn into a fucking gorilla or something.
really only like I will say you let me
Giant
think
crab
about
or
this, but
got horses.
Form
have-
of a mountain gorilla.
We have 5
chain
horses.
links you really can only kind of grab. Only one person can grab them. They're not huge, you know. So are you gonna do it, Greg?
Yeah, if it's only
Come on, Gregor, you're
I'll grab both
strong.
chains. I'll
5 horses.
So give me an athletics check.
Oh boy.
These blue dice I have not rolled yet.
Are we able to
So Gregor gets down there in the water and he's pulling.
Like
He's got
anyone
these
give me
chains.
any
Nope.
boost?
Nope.
Nothing.
I don't have guidance.
I got guidance.
All right.
Not that
You see
holy,
it.
Hey,
Gregor.
all right. Anand's got the guidance.
So he's straddling this hole, this trap door, and he's got the chains in his hands, and he goes, roll them bones.
Come on, fella.
That's not bad. 12 plus 6, 18 plus. That's a 20.
Oh,
Dirty
so
20.
you see him. You start to see some sweat on his brow, and he's lifting his heart, and he gets
Until you
it
get
up.
to the squat position, man, I'm like,
And as soon, yeah, exactly. And as soon as you see him lifted about an inch, all the water just gets sucked down into, and he lifts it up, and it's like a thin stone trap door that covered it, and all the water rushes down into the hole. And you wait you wait like about 3 or 4 seconds, and all the water just rushes down into it. And then you get this kickback of musty air that just comes back in your face. And you see straight down, you see a tunnel. You can barely get yourself through it. I mean, it's like you if you go down in there, your shoulders are gonna be rubbing against the wall.
Wedged. So I'm not going.
But you can see that there is a ground down there probably about I don't know, about 5 or 6 feet down.
So I look.
And you see the water down there that just all rushed down in there.
All
I
right.
think that bird can fit down there.
The bird is dead.
The bird is dead.
Oh,
Yeah, I would need to do a ritual
the bird's
to
word.
bring back
Sorry
the
for loss.
bird.
Bird is the word.
So
Is that
Toss
dwarf
Cobble
still
goes,
with us, man?
yeah, Toss Cobble sees this and he goes, "My God, we must go down there."
Yeah, why don't you go down there, dwarf?
Go hold on there, tough guy.
The treasure's there, I'm sure.
yeah. Calm down there.
give me the idol, and I give you the rope.
So who's doing what here?
Well, we have a sneaky guy.
How much gold does he?
What, you
Gold is
want to kill him and find out?
Yeah, I want to rob him.
Gold on him.
You rob him.
Uh,
Roth is gonna do a mugging.
I
says,
shall mug
Mug
you.
the guy.
Cobble,
Toss Cobble.
You better give us all your valuables before you go down there, Tuskov.
you able to see in the dark? Okay?
Bag of holding.
So we don't have dark vision, so you guys will have to light a torch if you want to see, which you can do. And but you want to send Toss down?
Yeah.
He
with the light.
he has 1 hit point though.
That's okay. I
Yeah,
can bring it back.
he comes up and he says, and he
it
take,
set up.
he goes,
Canary in a coal mine.
he goes to take the torch, and just before he grabs it, he looks at you and says, "No,
What?
please, someone else go."
Yeah, right.
This guy's the
He's
biggest
still like he's
ever.
totally.
You're a brave fellow.
He's
like,
at 1
guys,
hit point.
fucked up. He's got 1 hit point.
He has 1 hit point.
And he claims to be an adventurer.
Yeah, it's like
Well,
no.
he's got 1 hit point. He feels like total shit. He's near death.
I brought you back once before.
Rotha disapproves. Robs him.
Listen, if no one else does it, then Renard goes, if no one else does it, I will
He's
do it.
near death.
He says, "You are much stronger than I."
I'll do it if no one else does it.
Can't belong here.
All this talk of treasure, you don't even want him to go down and see what's down there.
Reynard kind of goes, enough of this.
And he says, "If you lower me on a rope, I'll look, but pull me back up."
Reynard throws
So I'll
Greg.
tie a rope around him.
So
There
he,
you
so
go,
he
dwarf.
takes it, he puts it around his waist, and he gets to the edge, and you're holding it.
I'm holding it.
And he goes down. And you
And
see
I
him
kind of
go
like,
down.
I kind of like let some slack really quick, and I grab it again. So
Yeah.
he's
He's like, "Ugh, ugh," and he looks up.
Yeah,
He's
that's-
got this torch,
lower him down there.
and you see him down there. And he says, "There is a chest."
So I yank him up really quick.
There is a chest 25 feet down. I saw it.
So I go until we pull him up really quick. I like drag him out of the hole and throw him on the
And he
ground.
says, "I knew it was here. I knew it was here. I knew it was here."
Calm down. Here,
Let
drink
us
some
get
of
to
this.
the chest.
Drink some of this wine.
He says, "We are going to be rich." And he started drinking the wine. And he says, "Go and get the treasure. I will go. Someone go." He pounds the wine again. "We're going to be rich."
Do we want him to go to
All
see
right,
his
you wanna go?
chest? Or what?
I can go down with you.
I'll go down, honestly.
All right,
You see, I told you.
get down there.
I was right.
Reynard throws a rope to Gregor and ties this around me, just in case.
I thought it was only like 5 or 10. How far down is it?
It's about 6 feet down.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so you
Well, if
can-
that's the case, then I'll climb
Plop
down.
there.
Okay.
I'll kind of
So
climb
you
down very
so
slowly.
you go down, and the tunnel is only about 4 feet high. So you gotta walk through it like this.
Yes, I will.
And okay, so you're gonna walk towards the chest.
Yes.
Okay, the hall. So here, let me bring this up, and Almost done.
Who's all down there?
I'll go down there and give them guidance.
You're gonna give him guidance.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the druid and the cleric are the ones going down into a pit.
So you walk through this area, and then you come underground, and you come to a hall that's it's probably about 6 feet wide, and it's partially flooded, and it has cobwebs everywhere. What are you going to do?
I kind of see where he says, and I kind of started running forward a little bit. Not
You-
running, I sort of step forward.
You walk through some water, this narrow hall, and you see this.
That's a big chip.
You see a pretty good sized chest. There's nothing else except you see like what looks like a candle sconce or something, like a sconce holder over the chest. There's no light in it, of course, and it's a bunch of cobwebs. That's what you see, and it is a pretty damn big chest. It's kind of covered in cobwebs.
I say we go back and get everybody else.
Okay, you're gonna go back and get everyone.
I will.
Are we able to fit side by side down here? Or
Just
do we have to,
not really. Like I mean, it's about
we have to do single file or
yeah, it's about 4 feet wide. So I mean, you guys would be rubbing shoulders. I mean, you can all be down there, but you can't really
Right.
Can't
be
be
next
side
to
by
each
side.
other necessarily.
Gray Mist is going to stay up top just to keep an eye out, make sure no one comes in.
Okay. So everyone, is
Plus,
everyone else?
plus
going
I've
to
got
take-
the gnome baby with me. I don't
Yes.
take
I'm gonna
I
go
think this might be a better job for Ruafa.
roll up.
Ruafa,
Yes.
you going in?
Then,
You going first?
oh yeah,
I'll give him guidance.
Arthur will take take all the treasure.
All right. So you
I get first crack at the treasure.
It's pirate's chest.
so just what are you gonna do?
Investigate the chest for traps first.
Okay. Roll roll an investigation.
Renard, you might want to stand back a little bit for this.
I will.
I give him guidance too.
And you
Ruafa.
explode.
You get a D4.
Excellent. Thank you.
Guidance, okay.
I use my thieves' tools.
Well, describe what you're doing, Rose.
I'm not
Like,
touching the chest, but I'm examining every side of it, and if there's something that I think that can be like messed with the thieves' tools to maybe disarm something, kind of testing it. My thieves' tools accomplish that.
Okay, and so you're just looking all around the chest, the chest like where the
Right,
the
where
hinge
where
is
the
and
key
everything.
goes in, and the hinges, sides, and the handles.
Okay.
Checking it all out.
Okay. Yeah. So make me a investigation roll.
Plus a D4, I guess, if it helps.
That's 11 plus 4
Yeah.
plus 3, so 14.
Okay. You do not detect anything out of the ordinary.
All right, is it locked?
It is locked.
You have to choose.
Okay.
I'll give you guidance again.
All right, I'll try to pick it with my thieves' tool.
Okay. Give me a thieves' tools roll, please.
Drum roll, please.
Very interesting drum roll.
Gut roll.
Come on. I don't know, Steve. It's just gonna take us.
Here he goes.
Which
It's going. Oh, not bad.
Okay, see it?
Yes, 15. Yeah.
I'll roll a
Either
4-sided at home here.
Yeah.
16.
16. Your thieves' tools. You manipulate the lock, and you believe that you may have successfully unlocked it.
All right. Posh, it's like everyone stand back. There could be darts or poison gas.
I'll give you guidance one more time, and I'll step back.
I'll step back as well.
So we'll
Step back about
Yeah,
to the very edge.
way back, my friends. I'm taking one for the team here for you. Taking one for the team.
So what are you doing?
I'm gonna check for traps one more time, man. Now that I got it open. Unless you don't think I need to.
Well, you so far you think that maybe you disengaged the lock.
Okay.
So what are you going to do now?
Well, I'm concerned about darts and gas coming out of it.
Okay,
So can I do another investigation
sure. Like, yeah. I mean,
for
you kinda
traps?
already did, you know?
All right, then I open it.
Okay, so you open it,
And you die.
and 2 stone blocks fall on your head from above, and they are
Wait a
pretty
minute. So I just asked if I could check for a trap.
You already did, and you did not succeed. You want to check twice?
Well, I have,
You rolled a 14. You needed to roll a DC 15 to find this.
Oh no.
all right. Awesome.
Sorry,
All right.
sorry, friend. I can
And
heal
two,
you back
you
up.
guys are looking, and two stone blocks fall on its head from directly above.
That's a D100.
What am I rolling? Oh.
Sorry.
Whoa, whoa,
Some
whoa.
serious bad damage there, man.
You
Sorry.
take
Hold on, Rose.
75 damage.
Crushed.
You take 600. Whoop, no, that's wrong. You take 1 point of damage. Oh my.
What
You take 18 points of
the?
damage.
That's not too bad.
It was 5d10.
Oh.
So you take 18 points of damage. These blocks fall on your head.
That'll be the
Okay.
last time I do that.
Still alive.
So just to be clear,
Still
you
alive.
checked for traps. You were shy by one point, and you would have found it otherwise. The chest, 1,470 gold pieces, 154 platinum pieces,
Wow.
44 small gems worth 50 gold pieces each, a necklace inlaid with malachite gems worth 1,000 gold, 3 ornately crafted rings featuring purple amethyst, each worth 400. You guys,
Okay, I'm gonna
loot.
I'm gonna need you to read it off to me.
The
Take
treasure,
a hand.
the treasure is fucking stacked, dude.
Okay, hold on a second here. Let me. Get the
You
note
guys
up.
just got the Galdrius family jewels.
Okay, go ahead. 1470 gold pieces.
1470 gold. Basically another 1,540 gold with the platinum. 44 gems worth 50 each, so 2,000.
2,000 gold pieces and gems.
And a necklace worth 1,000. And 3 gold rings featuring purple amethyst worth 400 each. You guys just tooled like $5,000.
Yeah.
I'll take 14.
They're 400 each. You said, Mike.
Yep.
1,200 gold pieces, and so it's 1,470 gold pieces, and then what? Another? What did you say? 10 platinum pieces?
No, 154 platinum. So
100.
1,540 more gold.
Okay.
44 gems worth 50 each.
Dang, man. Quite a stash.
Yeah, that is.
And Toskava goes to find it.
No. No, just kidding.
I didn't find anything.
Up there, even though he's a little
Nothing in
steady,
there.
so he's like this. So basically, just so you know, Toskava
So-
expects you to share half this with him. Since,
No, he's not getting any of it.
Uh,
and he as you guys pull the treasure up, you know, you bring it up and everything, and Toscable's eyes are big as shit, and he just says, "Oh
Treasure.
my gosh, let us spit it up now." So
Whoa, whoa,
He-
whoa, whoa, whoa.
so he offered you guys 50% if you wanted to help.
We did most of the heavy lifting.
We did all the work, my friend.
I did
Well,
save your life, did I not?
What are you gonna do?
And we've brought you back from the dead
he's
as
looking
well.
at you with big eyes, and he says, "But I told you there was a treasure here."
I put my hand on his forehead and I shove him back.
Jesus.
Say, get out of here.
I go,
What?
how about,
Get out of here. Take it on a heel and toe. Get out of
I
here.
go, how about 70, 30?
Oh, that's still too much.
Oh, you're lawful
And he
good.
looks at Gregor and says, "I demand half. I had the treasure map, not you.
Laugh in his
reasonable.
face.
Be fair."
A guffaw in his face.
80-20.
How much? What's the total take on this, there, Gramus?
Jesus.
How about you become
Wow.
our jester and
14,
tag
14,
along with
70,
us?
15, 40, 3 grand, 4,200, 5,200, 50, 670, 66, 70, about 7,200 and some gold.
You can have 200 gold for the map.
Please, good fellows.
The map is worth 200 gold. Thank you, Jay, sir.
I do feel bad for not giving him something, but
200 gold is plenty.
Sure.
he does deserve a
And he
share.
kind of stomps his feet. "I demand half."
My hands were smashed because of you.
Do you believe we did
Because
most
of
the
you,
work?
you have 7,000 gold.
Punitive damages.
7,210 gold, exactly.
We did most of the work, did we not?
I did what I could. I died.
And we saved your life. did we not?
That's where you failed, good friend.
Fine. 40%.
Yeah,
40.
yeah.
I gave you the map.
I just start cocking my hand crossbow and I point it right at his face. Get the fuck out of here right now.
I would say
20%.
I would say to give him
Just give him
like I was gonna say 500.
100. That's my final offer.
So 500 gold.
What does our lawful good cleric think about
And
this?
Reynard definitely thinks he does deserve a share of this. Reynard thinks he deserves at least 20%.
But he died.
So that's like 1,400 gold.
Yes, Reynard is a lawful man.
I mean, I don't, money to me is not that important, to be honest.
Be honest with you, Renard. He should already be on his way to.
I will not accept something such as that. He does not deserve to die because of this.
He says, "Please, 1/3. I won't settle for anything less. This isn't fair."
What is that? 30%. That's about 30%.
I feel like what is fair would be to split it evenly amongst all of us.
That is true. That would be the most lawful. All of us evenly getting a share.
He says, 30% for me, and you split the 70.
No. We all contributed to it, including you. And
And he just kind of drops
Ah!
it and says, "Fine." He says,
listen, you're still getting.
It is true. You saved my life.
You're still getting over 1,000 gold.
We can
here.
split it 6 ways.
We're getting 1,000 gold.
So I turn to Grey Mist. What's the math on that, Grey Mist? If we split it evenly.
Split it evenly? Well, let us see.
Ramus, do you really believe that this?
I do.
Everybody would get his share would be about 1,200 gold pieces. That's all of us would each get 1,202 basically.
Absolutely preposterous.
And
We did.
he says, He says,
It's a
good,
big
good.
I
problem.
understand the math, but it's preposterous that he get 1,200 gold for dying.
Well, he did have the map, and he did come here, and he did give us the map, and he did tell us about the treasure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what he's saying.
I will.
Well, let's put it to a vote.
I say split it evenly.
I will actually. I need to set an example for young Flybell here. I will also agree with Reynard that we should split it evenly 6 ways.
I agree.
Shake my head.
Look, he wants half, which obviously nobody's
I agree
seems
that-
inclined to
But
give him.
we all agree he does not deserve
Okay.
a fraction of.
Going 6 ways. So he takes out his bag and he just holds it out. You guys fill him in it, give him his 6.
Yeah, it's 1,200 gold pieces.
And I'm gonna try to slide a hand and take some of that gold back.
Let's give him the 3 gold rings. That's 1,200 gold pieces. Like here, that's right there. Here's some gold rings for you.
So yeah, you give him 1/6, right? And he says, "Well, gentlemen, seems as if I was right.
I'm curious. What are you gonna do with 1,200 gold pieces?
What would you do with it?"
I don't know. That's a shit. That's a sorry.
Hookers and below.
If I were you, I'd buy another treasure
what would I-
match and glom onto some
What would
other
I do with
party.
it? I'd probably give most of it to the church.
What?
And he
I'm a lawful man.
Shut,
That's an outrage.
Shut him up
So he,
right
so
now,
he basically
please.
takes the cash and he says, "Well, I told you there was a treasure here. Aren't you happy? Thank you. Goodbye." And he starts walking out.
Oh
Get
man,
out of here.
dude,
Hey,
I aim my hand crossbow at his bag of coin, splits it open as he drives away. They all fall out.
I put my gauntlet on your iron crossbow. No. We are not doing that.
Reynard, I am sick and tired of you Jews around here.
It needs to be, or else you'll be killing everybody.
I'm not killing him. I am.
Do you want to turn into the one? Do you want to turn into the orcs that were near where they're savage and kill everybody? No.
I would be should put it in the back of his head, but I am not doing.
If you accidentally give him one cut, he'll probably drop dead. So.
Ah! He'll
Yeah,
run
he's
away.
running
Run
out of there.
away.
And also, what is the problem of giving money to the church? Isn't that not a good deed?
What? You know how many spell books that could buy?
Know
Spell
as well as
scrolls?
I do that all souls
True.
cannot deny it.
Might want to hold on to it for now, though.
I-
We might need it on our journey.
We might need it on our journey. That is true. But if some comes back, I will give some to the church.
Sometimes there's
We don't want.
Okay,
We don't want.
so
We don't
guys,
want this guy as incompetent as he is, stalking us down the trail, saying terrible things about us. We robbed him of treasure. Maybe he'll come and cut our throats in the night. You never
Or
know.
he'll get robbed on the road.
Well, if he
Famous-
does, that's his tough luck.
He's still at 1 HP. If he trips, he's.
Yeah, the guy's dead. In truth, he did
He'll be the next body we find.
kind of tell us there was treasure here, so
Yep.
he does deserve some of it.
It will be funny if we travel down the road and we see a dead.
Might as well have
Yeah,
been a
he's-
leprechaun.
He'll be floating in the marsh
He's gonna
down
Ha-
the road.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, pal. Now beat it.
so he
Aaron Gobrog.
he kind
Dante.
of he actually looked quite happy. He did thank you, and he kind of walks out, goes back to where his tent was.
A game of dice for that
Here,
gold.
real quick, couple things. Roy, so I didn't think of dark vision with Herbert, so sorry about that. He would have seen it, and then the only reason why you didn't see the smoke, I guess, is because you described him just looking at the mill, but he should have seen this stuff. So sorry about that.
No, that's okay. It's just, it's just when you got an owl familiar, and I say, look, he's scouting above, he's flying above it. He can see for a long way. It's kind of like, well, he didn't see the smoke and he didn't see any of this stuff, and it's like, well, if there's no point in sending him to scout anything because he's never going to see anything, then why do I have him? So.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
but
for
no, I get it. I mean, I just didn't know how specific you wanted me to be. I mean, I can only be so specific because you know exactly what's happening, and I don't.
Right. Sure.
So
Okay, and
all
then
I can do is make guesses. So no, I appreciate it. It's
yeah,
cool. No big deal.
I definitely made note of that, and not a lot of combat tonight, but so you guys are one. I'm going to say you're about one full day from where you leave is your destination, and you know that you're very close to the banner tree where you're going to turn into the forest and cross the river. And
We're
then
loaded. We got tons of gold.
Loaded.
Gold.
Loaded.
So yeah, sorry, but
Loaded.
you always think stuff's going to go faster than it does.
Yes.
It's amazing because I thought you guys would get to
Loaded.
a couple different things happening here, but it's
Loaded.
all right.
It's all good.
Loaded.
You found the Galadris, the Galadris family treasure, man.
Loaded.
It's
It's kind
sitting
of
here
cool
for
little
170 years.
little side
Thing
thing to do.
That's,
That's always kind of cool. when
That's
there's
exactly what it was intended for.
a mystery of some sort.
All right, guys.
Through the midnight, I'm gone.
I mean, if we didn't stop, man,
We'd be poor.
missing out on
Say we would have missed out on
Okay.
freaking five,
Holy cow.
1,000
6
Fuck.
Yeah,
gold pieces.
everybody's got about we got riches. We're rich.
Like that.
We are rich.
We're rich with the spirit of friendship. Ruatha is rich in the spirit of killing dudes and taking and breaking bargains. But he's a pirate.
Right,
Have a night
clowns.
adventure in the books, guys.
All right. Thanks, Mike. Thanks for running it. Good
Yes.
session.
Yes. All right.
Yeah, it's a lot. I will say, man, quite a lot going on in 4 days of travel for you guys. A lot going on.
Yes, indeed.
It's a long road.
It's a long road.
Long road to sheer hell.
The road goes on and on.
It's a long way to the top, man, if you want to rock and roll.
That's truer words were never spoken.
Cool.
All right, guys. 2 weeks from now, Shadow Grove.
All right, there it is, man. More adventure to come.
I'll do mine next week.
All right.
All right, there it is, man. We'll fight an army of 500 minis next time.
Everything.
I'm surprised I was able to get through all that, but yes.
That was a inhuman feat.
All right.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, Bubbles.
All right.
See you.